Sometimes things are tough, but if you got your family, it's enough. Making lots of friends along the way, especially in the Great Taste Gang. We've got your latest food news and scores from the Cardinals and the Blues. Nikki's part of the crew, and Greg Warren too. SeaWorld and Brando and Casey too. And Ethan and Sean and Emily. And Mark and Marty and Randy. Guy and Risley. And all the moms and convies. Welcome to the Courtney Show.
Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday. And a cold, cold start to your Tuesday.
Yeah, if you think it's cold outside, you should feel it in our hallway.
It is. What happened?
I don't know.
What has gone on?
Well, we've said for a couple weeks now, and you even told the big boss.
I did. I sent a message.
You're like, there's something weird going on with the furnace, because it's a big office, so I think there's, multiple heating and cooling units going in the building, and our office is over on like the other side of the building. And it's loud. It's been really loud.
It's vibrating the floor.
Yes.
When it kicks on, it sounds ill. There's something wrong with it.
Yeah. I was like, this sounds like it worked. But I was like, I think there might be an issue at some point.
Needs the HVAC surgeon to come by.
Sure feels like today is the day.
Oh, it's bad. And so I guess yesterday, because we weren't here, but a couple of the shows in the building decided to work yesterday, and then they'll take that day at a later date.
Mm-hmm.
They said it was just as bad yesterday.
Really?
And it's every part of the building. It's our office, it's the hallways, and apparently it's even back in the sales department.
Oh, no kidding? Our studio's fine.
Studio's
it feels
warm.
Great in here.
But you guys reported it last week.
I report.
Able to do anything?
I don't know. I know that the marshal, our engineer, got the message.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And wanted to know specifically what I was talking about. I'm like, it sounds like it's underneath us.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not like an explosion or anything, but it was noticeably different. It's like, boy, I don't remember this being this loud.
I'm a real reporter of things going on in the building. If I see
steady reminders.
It's who I am. And so I let them know. And so now I'm going to send a message to them and say,
I told you so.
Just to let you know, it's before you get here, and then you're dealing with this after the fact. Going in, you'll know it's freezing in this building.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I do. I let people know things, and somebody else takes care of them.
And all the people that they let work from home today, well, thank you.
It's really
for raising the alarm.
They're not going to be happy. I had to wear my coat the entire time I worked in the office.
They let people work from home because of that whole thing?
Oh, I'm sure they will.
No way.
They might. Wow. I mean, it's hard to do your job when it's this cold.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't work outdoors. I know this. I saw somebody walk in the perimeter of the building and thought, my just walk in from the garage to the building was not fun.
Yeah, that's the whole guy's day.
Oh, it's terrible.
You're like, it took me 37 seconds to get into the building.
And I'm sure you guys have heard about these. Hold on, I screenshot it from Steve Templeton. Frost quakes that are happening all over.
No, tell me more.
It can be loud and startling. It sounds like a big boom, and they're called frost quakes. How come these things are
I thought
just...
Post made those.
Liked it.
Oh, my Lord. He gives a little description, and then there's a what you need to know. And it looks like it shows bedrock, ice, soil. And it says the pressure builds until the soil and rock cracks. The new pressure expands, putting pressure on soil and rock, causes underground water to freeze, and it happens with rapidly falling temperatures.
Oh, so
why?
It's just popping rocks, basically.
Popping rocks. Why am I just hearing about this now?
That's why every year is there a new term that they all know?
Yeah.
This has come up before.
Has it?
Yeah, when the old polar vortex comes down and rears its bald head. We've talked about this before. Maybe we haven't, but I know it's been
in your past shows. You remember?
I just know this is coming up.
A lot of people are saying it happened like wherever they live, like 4 to 5 times a night.
Yeah, I've never experienced one, or that I've known of.
And you look at message boards like Metro East Crime. They're like, did everybody else hear that big boom? It's like, no, I didn't. But I also missed that one big earthquake that we had.
that everyone felt?
Yes.
And you didn't?
I did not.
Yeah, I don't think
I would say in our area, the past month or so, there have been some mysterious booms. You know, because I'm in one of those Facebook groups where it's just the local complainers.
Yes. Those are kind of fun, though.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like, did anybody hear that boom? And there have been several of those over the past several weeks, I would say.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's what it is. I didn't even think about that. I just assume, I'm like, it's just some ding-dong blowing up tannerite out on his farm.
Yeah, whenever we're
What's
driving.
that boom? I'm like, he just shot a refrigerator full of tannerite.
I don't even know what tannerite is.
Oh, Google it. You'll find lots of videos. That's the stuff that they shoot and it blows up. It's like, not C4, but that's kind of what it's like a putty, I think.
Huh. Never heard of it.
Me either.
When you shoot it, it will blow up.
Tannerite.
That's what set one of those, I don't know if it was one of the California fires of the past, but you know how they had a gender reveal? Like they've used those for gender reveals before. So you fill an old freezer full of pink dust and tannerite and you shoot it and it blows up.
This tannerite thing.
I
don't know why it's making me laugh, but it is.
It's a new word that you've never heard before.
It really shouldn't make me laugh, but it's funny.
Look on Google or YouTube. You'll see lots of people blowing things up.
Baby Chip said that she's heard more than one frostquake. It sounds like someone's house is exploding. I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah, no, I bet that's what those were. I didn't even think about that because it's been cold, up and down lately. But I mean, today obviously is it like 7 or something?
But that is alarming if you didn't know about these frostquakes that this is going on.
Yeah.
You're freaking out.
Yeah.
I missed all of you. I
Missed you too. How was your trip?
It was so great.
Really?
Shucked was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was. My expectations were way low.
Yeah.
I'm being completely honest. I was very worried I was not going to love this show.
Mm-hmm. Were you concerned that you knew a little too much about corn because of Greg's special? And you were like, I already know what field corn is and sweet corn.
I just didn't think. I'm like, it's a musical about corn.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? I remember when it was at the Macy's Day Parade 2 years ago. We talked
were all
about
like,
it.
What is going on?
That is not real.
Yeah.
And it is highly entertaining. And it has Brando and Tim written all over it.
Lots of puns.
Lots of puns and dad jokes. And they're they know it's silliness. And they're not trying to get away with anything.
Yeah.
They're in on their own stupidity.
Is it family friendly or is it real dirty?
It's kind of dirty.
Oh.
It's not real dirty, but it's bawdy.
Oh.
It's got some
I mean,
baud.
the name rhymes with stuff.
It's fun. There are a couple corn songs, as you can imagine. It's called Shucked.
God, I hope so.
Like the band corn, like
I mean, there's like corn dances with ears of corn.
Yeah.
You know.
Great.
Yeah.
It's so good.
That's great.
And this cast that I saw will be here.
Oh,
And the
same
same cast. And it's a phenomenal cast.
Very cool.
I loved it. I enjoyed it so much.
Theater was awesome.
Theater's great. It was the CIBC Theater.
I don't know if I know. I wonder what that used to be called.
I don't know. I've only been to one theater in Chicago, and that was the Ford Theater.
Okay.
That's where I saw Wicked. So I took my friend Sarah. So I did little girls weekend.
Yeah.
Nick, not a big musical guy. So I just needed to be able to enjoy it with somebody that Sarah and I go to a lot of musicals together.
Yeah.
We have the same love of a musical.
Sure.
And it was so good.
That's awesome.
I
Real
really
cold up
liked
there?
it. Not until Sunday.
Really?
I mean, no, it was the same as here.
And what'd you guys do with your other night?
We went and saw Big Head Todd and the Monsters, and Toad the Wet Sprocket lead singer opened.
Oh, Glenn Phillips.
Yeah.
Awesome. Where was that?
That was at the Varsity.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is that awesome?
It was fine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I'm going to tell you this. If you're a lady of a certain age, and I would say 40 to 60,
Okay.
maybe even older, and you're single, maybe divorced, and you don't want to be on the dating apps, go to a Big Head Todd the Monsters show. It is 70-30 men.
Really?
And it is groups of men, like that probably went to college together,
Yeah.
discovered Big Head Todd or Toad, and now they come together to see them. It was the 40th anniversary.
Cool.
And it was lots of guys.
No kidding.
Lots of guys of that age.
Were you guys pretty popular there?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
You weren't putting out the vibe?
no, I wasn't vibing. No.
Okay.
I mean, we were just trying to enjoy the tunes, man.
Well, that many dudes with the sexy sounds of Big Ed Todd and the Monsters. I didn't know if.
It was good. It was good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And the place was pretty cool, but it was standing. Everybody's standing.
Well, plus it's Chicago, so you're taller than half the guys. So
There's some talls there.
Some in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Are there short dudes in Chicago?
Oh yeah.
Are
What?
there?
I don't know anything about this.
I know this about Ole
Never
Miss.
paid attention? You don't feel
What is
good
this?
about walking around going like, oh, I feel a little taller here.
In Chicago?
Yeah.
You just think the dudes are shorter?
Yeah.
What is this based on? Self
Observation.
Observation.
This is an unbelievable. I've never. No, I don't think so at all.
I mean, not all.
Where are you going?
Not all European-born races are known for height.
The only place I've ever noticed the height on men was at Ole Miss when I went there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and really, I'm talking about the students.
I thought it was
Seemed
just
like
like
all
a-
the girls were towering over
tall.
every male.
Tall ladies, and I remember Chris always said like, and not the hottest of dudes
Oh, is that?
walking around with
At Ole Miss?
a lot of fives walking around with tens.
Oh yeah, at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
The women, the girls, they've got it figured
And
out.
they're putting on a show at Ole Miss.
No, they
Yeah.
don't have it figured out. They're losing.
But the girls look not really good.
And just these dudes are like,
Somebody saw me at Midway on Sunday. Super random, but was Courtney at Chicago Midway yesterday? I thought I saw her, but I didn't want to say hi because I figured so many people come up and say hello. I just wanted her to enjoy her time.
Yeah, I'm sure you were just mobbed at the
Oh, yeah.
Chicago
At Midway.
airport by all
did-
these short dudes.
There was a whole thing when I got off the plane in Chicago with some listeners that
Okay.
said something to me. Like when we were getting off the plane, like I thought that was you. And then the people behind them, I did too. Because, Sarah's a talker, which means I have to talk.
Sure.
yeah.
So there's a lot of talking happening,
And then they
which I
recognize
never
your-
mind. It's very nice.
Your
I
most iconic voice.
am very flattered anytime it happens. And I might look weird when you say something to me because I just don't expect it. So I'm always I think I'm real odd with those interactions.
Because you're so shocked, frankly, that they make it all the way through your security team to actually talk to you.
Yeah, I mean,
How
somebody's
is she
getting
just
fired
standing there?
Somebody getting fired.
every time.
What do I pay you for? Jay!
I'll talk about more of the food in food court because I want to hear about your shows this weekend. But I will tell you that we stayed at the Palmer House, which is like one of the oldest hotels in Chicago, and it's just rich in history, and it is spectacular. It's beautiful, but they have the history of the place, like at all the different places you look. Like, so I went down the rabbit hole of reading up about it, and it was all this hotel was built and given as a wedding gift to this woman from her soon-to-be husband, and quite a wedding gift, right? Mm-hmm. The woman's name is Honor something. And 17 days after the grand opening of it, Chicago fire. So her husband got a loan through friends for like $1.7 million to restore it. In
So this guy, this hotel
1873.
burned.
Yeah.
And they brought it back.
And I don't know how much it burned, but I mean, when you look at it, it's opulent and spectacular, and the expense, they didn't care about how much it was going to cost to make this place just magnificent, and it is. And it's actually where the brownie was invented.
Get out.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
No.
Is it an accident? They're like, I was trying to make chocolate cake.
Not
and
an
I walked out of the room and the cat knocked over
I know.
the butter.
I really wanted it to be like that. It was not. It was, she wanted something, the wife, for people that were there was there a World's Fair there?
Probably.
That they could walk around and they could carry it. So it wasn't like a piece of cake.
Oh, sure.
So they invented it, and it's got some kind of layered topping on it. So it's not just a plain old brownie.
Do they have like a memorial to it there? Or is
Yeah,
it just like in the menu?
No, they talk a lot about it there.
No kidding.
A lot about it.
That's big.
And we each bought one, and it was very, very good.
It was a great brownie?
Yeah, it was really good. But this woman, this Honor, I'm like, this guy was 23 years her senior, and he bought her this hotel. And then it goes on to talk about how she loved art and became friends with Claude Monet, and then was bringing a lot of artwork back. And she had one of the biggest private collections of art. And so then Sarah and I are like, well, she must be stunning. So I looked her up. She's a handsome woman.
Yeah.
She looks like, I can't even explain it. Very
bad?
Very, very, just not what I was expecting.
Oh.
I'm like.
And she brought those guys in with them brownies.
I don't know. But I looked her up and I was just laughing because I'm like, oh, okay. But she was very well to do. Like
high society.
She was. And she was a smart woman and bought land and farms, and like she had her own stuff going on.
Plus, her husband was old, right?
Yeah, 23 years older than her. I don't know how old they
he was
were.
Just like, I just need a younger model. I'll take whatever's available on the lot.
I'll show you a picture of her. Bertha. Her name's Bertha. Bertha Honor Palmer. Are you ready? All right.
I'm expecting a Bertha. That's a Bertha. Well, she's older there, right?
I don't know.
Probably.
All the pictures look.
She's 27 in that.
I was going to say, she's probably in her 30s by older, but
tiniest little waist you've ever seen. Look at her waist.
With eating all them. Oh, ooh, that's not a natural waist.
It's not, yeah.
That looks uncomfortable.
Fit any brownies in there?
No.
Anyway, it was a beautiful hotel. It was a fun weekend. I'll tell you about more food stuff in food court.
That's great.
So let's hear about what?
So people know when is Shucked here?
Shuck's here. Hold on. February 11th, I believe.
February 11th.
That's when it starts.
Your full endorsement for Shucked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think you're going to be hearing me talk about it, so I'll get into it more. Yeah. But it was fantastic. And we went with Megan from the Fox and Brett from the Fox, and then along with us was Mary from Show Me St. Louis and her boyfriend. Oh, and they were very nice. And we didn't spend a ton of time with them. We went to dinner and then the show.
Mary the blonde.
Yeah, the host of Show Me St. Louis. So it was fun. And then, we didn't see him again.
Do you think they were avoiding you?
No, we invited, because we had 4 tickets to Big Head Todd, and we invited Megan and Brett, but they didn't look like they didn't even know who that was. So we, we just kind of
They're like,
figured
we're young.
They didn't want to really go to that. I'm sure they had plans.
Yeah.
Like
Chicago.
They travel a lot and no city's better than we do. So I was like, well, I could kind of tell. Like if they would have been like, oh yeah, I love them, or that sounds fun. There wasn't even a hint of that.
Yeah.
So we never saw them again. But I appreciate the Fox. It was a great weekend.
Yeah,
Fox
that's
Theater.
awesome.
Thank you so much. All right, let's get into the Funny Bone this weekend. How was it?
Shows were great. Had a great time. Really grateful to everyone that came out. All the listeners got to just visit with people more than you do. Excuse me. And a lot of our stuff. Brando was there both shows Saturday. Crushed it. Was really great.
Packed house.
They were
both
packed.
shows.
Yeah.
That's great news.
Yeah, it was real fun.
And Sunday was pretty packed, right?
Sunday was great. Yeah, Sunday was another packed one. They were all kind of right there. They were all pretty packed.
You were real happy with the
late Friday was maybe a little lower, and Thursday was they're a little smaller, but just everybody was super cool. It just worked. I did all the music stuff, and that was super fun and felt like it worked. And it's just fun to see everybody. You know what I mean? And just in a different context, like meeting so many listeners in a context different than the pizza stops or the donut stops.
And you met some new ones too, right? That's what Brando said. A lot of newbies.
Bunch of new ones. And you forget too that there's people that still listen every single day. We just haven't met them.
I know.
Yeah.
Which is an insane
I'm always surprised.
thing.
Like, really?
I'm thankful for that.
Me too.
Yeah. There's some people that don't go to anything that we do and just listen every day. And
Right.
that is totally acceptable.
Right.
Yes.
But we talked about that because it is surprising. But it was awesome. Lots of fun, had Brando Saturday, Greg on Sunday, Rafe did Friday, my buddy Will did Thursday. So just good guests. Sean on all the shows and was fantastic. Chris and Nikki showed up for a show. Yeah. Which was fun. And it was really great. I don't have anything else to say other than it was really fun. And I'm so grateful to everybody that came out. So yeah, looking forward to the next stuff. I get a little break where I don't have to focus on a bunch of selling tickets or anything like that.
Nice.
So it's good. But yeah, shows were a whole lot of fun.
I'm impressed you have a voice today.
I have a little bit of a voice. Yeah, the only down part of the weekend is I lost my voice like bad.
Yeah, I saw I was blamed by somebody for it.
Yeah, which I don't understand because on stage I was joking. I was like, I have 2 kids under 3, so I get sick basically every Wednesday.
Yeah.
But
unless you got COVID, I didn't give you anything.
No, I did not. I don't believe that I go. But yeah, I was completely fried, which is one thing when you're doing stand-up and another
it's
when
all
you're
those shows and you're singing.
trying to sing. And it was just like, this is... but people were cool and it occurred to me that people aren't there to hear me like sing beautifully. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, as long as it turned into a lot of like talk singing.
Which is fine.
Yeah, as long as I get the jokes out, it's okay.
I don't mind a good talk singer.
Yeah, that was the only bummer physically hurt by that second show.
You're running out of breath too.
Yes, it was just like, this is painful, but it felt good enough Sunday to do it, and it was other than that, everything was fantastic. But yeah, it's the whole voice is fading a little bit. I'm surprised I can talk.
You sound pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I know.
Why does when my voice fades, it's so noticeable? I was like, hello.
No, if you heard me certainly Saturday night and most of the day Sunday, you would have. I mean, like Saturday night, I was.
The second show, I thought between shows, I'm like,
yeah,
that's a long time you're up there talking.
Sunday, I was
just
like,
go on you.
Am I going to do the show or not? Like
Were you?
I just couldn't. I had a hard time making noise at all, and it was painful.
How much time did Greg do on Sunday?
He did 15.
Yeah.
Maybe 16, 17.
Is that normal?
It was what was negotiated. No, he did a great job.
How much time?
I went over my time.
What was your time?
I don't know. I was guessing like 6-7 minutes, but it probably was longer.
Was it? I didn't even notice.
I don't know. I think you probably.
But Brando did great. It gets a little better every time, and Alex wasn't super impressed, but
she really shot me down.
Yeah.
Did she?
The crowd was, though.
Well, that's all that matters.
There was laughing happening, but
Good.
she was like, yeah, you've done better. I'm like, well, you're probably right, but maybe wait till tomorrow to tell me that one.
It was great. And it was sometimes that room gets that full, and it's a bit of a tough thing to kind of manage. It's like, even if you're funny, it's not automatic. You did a great job. Because even not like Ludo fans, people who didn't happen to listen to the show were like, Brando was really funny.
Oh, well, that's cool.
That's good.
And thank you for letting me do that. I do.
Yeah, no, thanks for doing it.
It's fun to pretend to be a
little
comedian.
critical of himself today in the office.
Of your performance?
Well, because I felt I did better in the first set than the second set. And I'm like, I think I did that last time. I'm like, what? Like, I think I get tired or something.
Well, that's possible. It's pretty late.
And I'm also not as nervous the second.
Hurt in a car accident? Injured on the job? At Cantor Injury Law, we know how overwhelming it can feel. With over 100 years of combined local legal experience and over $500 million won, we fight to get you the justice you deserve.
You can count on Cantor Injury Law to stand by your side. You pay nothing out of pocket. We only win when you win.
When you're injured, count on Cantor. Cantor Injury Law, 314-628-9999, or visit CantorInjuryLaw.com.
You can count on Cantor.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Oh, hey, this is Tom from Salt and Smoke. I like this podcast because it's made by real people who bring their own take on what's doing. Makes my day a little nicer to hear them talk. That's kind of what we try to do at Salt and Smoke. Real food from scratch, made the way we think is best to make your day have a little more flavor. Find your bestie at saltandsmokebbq.com. Oh, and Chris isn't that funny.
One, and I think I need to be a little nervous.
Yep, there's something to be said for that. And every crowd is different, and you did great.
Well, thank you.
I'm glad it was a great weekend. I'm sorry I missed the shows. Our flight got in was supposed to get there at 5:35, get in.
Yeah.
And it got in at 5:15, but there was no gate for us. So we sat in the plane until close to 6.
Oh,
That's
wow.
almost worse.
Yeah,
I'd rather just fly around a little bit longer. Like, let's go sightseeing.
I was fine with the landing.
yeah, because the show Sunday was at 6.
Oh my God, I totally forgot this. I will tell you this story after Hollywood Outsider.
Okay.
About something that happened at the airport.
All right.
It's pretty funny. We should get on with it. I have no idea what we're giving away today for tickets. I can probably pull that up.
Just guess one, and you're probably right.
Big Love, a
Yes,
tribute to
that
Fleetwood
is
Mac
correct.
Get
is
out.
one. And then, what else?
Chicago.
Chicago. Oh, that's good. That's
We're giving
recently
away
announced.
half the venue for Big Love.
You think?
Half the people there will be Courtney Show
Will be Courtney Show
If you
listeners.
love
They'll
Fleetwood-
all have fun.
If you love Fleetwood Mac, you're
Oh,
going to love Big Love.
I think I've not seen them, but I think they got to be great. 'Cause
Yes.
it's kind of grown really quickly. And it's what a cool band to have a tribute for, you know?
so many songs.
Holy cow.
So probably a couple lead singers.
I'd
You
assume
know,
so.
like the Christine McVie.
It's
you
just
got
one
the
guy.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
right?
It's all their stuff.
He's like, all right, I'm going to do a landslide for you. Landslide.
Well, you know, Stevie had kind of a raspy voice.
It's true.
Might
pull
be.
it off.
Yeah.
Maybe not the Christy McVie stuff.
No. And Christine McVie, Fleetwood Mac. Most of my favorite Fleetwood Mac songs she's the lead vocalist
Yeah.
on.
Mine for sure.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of it.
I
don't
just
care
love
for.
those songs.
Yeah.
All right. That is what is on tap today besides Tuesday Tidbits. We got some food court. Tim, I know, has some things you didn't know. It's
Yeah.
not things you didn't know. It's, what's it called?
Now you guys
Now
know.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
Now you know. And we have Tuesday Tidbits along with that. If you want to text us, you've been texting like crazy since we started. We appreciate it. Cheney Window and Door text line 314-669-4665.
The Hollywood Outsider on 106.5 The Arch.
Christopher Walken says he hasn't watched any of his episodes of Severance, not because he doesn't want to, but because he can't. He said he doesn't know how to stream it. Actually, what he specifically said was he doesn't have the equipment to stream. Equipment in quotes.
What do you think that would sound like?
I don't have the equipment to stream the show, Severance. I don't really, never done a Walken before.
Wasn't bad for just
Pretty good.
throwing it out there.
I think Afton's probably
It
better.
was no Afton.
He said, thankfully, the studio is going to send him the episodes on DVD. He's like, I don't have the equipment. I don't know what to do.
Well, I watched the first episode, and I was very entertained. So many questions. Brando and I really dove into it in the office.
We don't know
Emma's-
what the hell's going on.
Emma's so in. I'm still trying to finish the first season again.
It's a
before I
smart
start,
move.
But
It is. I watched the first season.
Okay.
And I feel like it. But there's a lot of stuff from the first. I wish they would have dropped 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. I wanted a little more.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hook ya.
But
There was so much that I'd forgotten from the first season.
it was smart to rewatch. And again, Severance, not for everyone. It is not for everyone.
No,
but
it's weird.
It's for me.
Kate Winslet is afraid of cows. She said, I go hiking all the time, and regularly footpaths will take you through fields of cows, and I've decided that they are going to stampede me to the ground. So I guess when she's around them, she's like freaking out. Even
don't
though
blame her.
Yeah, she said she's like, I know it's a silly fear. I know that cows are not murderous. No one gets trampled to death by cows typically, unless you're running the bulls in Spain.
They're so big, though.
But they are big. They're huge. And, that could spook you if you walk around the corner and there's just like a herd of cows staring at you.
Yes.
Nick Mohammed, he's the guy who plays Coach Nathan Shelley on Ted Lasso. He's like assistant, becomes a coach. He is teasing a season 4 for Ted Lasso.
Yeah, haven't they been talking about it?
Well,
There's been little whispers of it.
They certainly set it up that way with the 3 guys kind of taking over the team. Mm-hmm. It felt that way. And then there were very specific talks about it for a while. But then it's been a couple of years at this point.
You're right. Yeah,
What'd he
because
say?
I didn't get into the depth of it.
Season 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, what else is he doing?
Wonder Kid.
Yeah, he's hoping. Maybe he's putting it out there, hoping that he gets some traction.
Well, he's like, I would like to come back and my guy not suck so bad.
Right. Now
My
that he's been
character.
redeemed.
yeah, that
That guy had the show with David Schwimmer and it bombed. Remember that?
No.
No, I didn't know that.
He wrote it, I think.
Just thinking about how disappointed I was in Ted Lasso. So, but I know they're fans, so hopefully you guys get your season 4. Yeah, I'm not watching anymore.
You're done.
I'm done. It just it makes me mad.
Because the first season was so excellent.
It's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That new Jamie Foxx, Cameron Diaz movie, Back in Action, is now streaming on Netflix. And the rumor is they had to pay her $45 million to come out of retirement to do that movie. Remember, she's retired. She's not acting anymore. And all of a sudden, she's like, we're going to be in this movie.
$45 million?
That's the story. It came out in some story about how Netflix is like, cutting costs. And this Dan Lin, he's the chairman of their film branch. And they said he's been under pressure to keep costs under control for like their movies that they make. But then they said for some reason he was allowed to just go wild to try to get Cameron Diaz into that movie.
She's pretty great.
Did you watch it?
No, I hope it's good. I like both of them a ton.
Yeah, but I don't think I'd go see a movie because Cameron Diaz is the lead.
No,
unless it's because you haven't seen her in so long. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Jamie Foxx he's got
even the trailer looks good. Oh, for sure. There's something where his kid in the trailer, his kid's asking like, "Who are you talking to?" And he goes, "Talking to Bobby Brown because it's my prerogative." I love Jamie Foxx.
You're going to love Shocked.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
A lot of Bobby Brown jokes.
Do you guys...
Just that kind.
Yeah.
I know this isn't fair, but I still, if a movie is just like, it's a Netflix movie, I still categorize it a little bit lower.
Yes, I do too.
And I don't think that's fair.
It's not fair,
They're
but I do.
the money, they got the people.
I do too.
I think it helps the movie in my mind, though.
Because your expectations are lower.
Well, it's like, that Beverly Hills Cop movie, I watched it and I was like, well, I didn't love it, but I'm like, it's a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Right.
It's acceptable.
Right.
Like, I'm fine with it because it is a Netflix movie. But if you put that in the theater, I'd be like, this sucks.
Well, because you traveled to the theater.
Yes.
You spent the money.
Yeah.
It just is a different level of expectation.
It allows them to kind of do not AA material, but if they do put out something that's A, you're like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And it came through my television. Tyra Banks lost her house in those LA fires, and she didn't know about it. She wasn't there. She was in Australia when she got the news. So I'm assuming she knew that the fires were happening, and her house was probably in danger, but she didn't know that it was burnt down. So
Man, that has to be terrible. Like, you're somewhere, and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, and you're just hoping that your team of people that you've got back there is grabbing all the stuff you tell them to grab. I mean, it is rich people problem, but still. No Doubt is going to reunite for that Fire Aid concert at the end of the month. They were not announced when they announced the lineup, but I guess they've been added onto the bill, which makes sense. They're all from like Anaheim. Why not? It's your hometown, basically. Black Eyed Peas have canceled their Las Vegas residency due to, quote, current circumstances. They didn't elaborate, so nobody's sure what they mean, but the assumption is the wildfires. But
everything
Vegas.
that's ever been canceled has been canceled because of current circumstances.
Yes, it makes sense. Whatever those circumstances are.
And you're not going to say they're canceled because of future circumstances.
Or past circumstances, like something happened 30 years ago and it just started to bug us.
I wonder, what do you think? Bad ticket sales? Because Fergie's not in it, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought she was. I thought the one guy is out. Isn't the one guy in prison now or something?
What?
Who's in prison?
One of the...
Will.i.am or the other guy?
The other guy. Didn't he get in trouble?
Abu D.
And they were going to oh, you know what? Am I thinking of the Fugees?
Yeah, that's the Fugees, man.
They're the same thing to me.
No.
Guitarist John Sykes of Thin Lizzy and Whitesnake recently lost his battle with cancer. He was only 65. This is a guy who he was on one Whitesnake album, and really the only one that matters, the 1987 debut album. So he played on Still of the Night, Here I Go Again, and Is This Love, all their big hits. And then he was fired from the band after that. I don't know why. That's a good tidbit.
So when was he in Thin Lizzy then?
Yeah, because Thin Lizzy hasn't been...
Wouldn't think
he was in Thin Lizzy before Whitesnake, but he was in Thin Lizzy, I think, late in Thin Lizzy's existence. Oh. If that makes sense. Huh. I don't think he was on the early, because they're an older band.
Yeah,
Did he come back in town?
I believe so. He was back, and then they were like, get out of here, bud. Chiefs beat the Texans. Commanders beat the Lions. Eagles beat the Rams. Yay, Bills.
Yes.
Beat the Ravens. Go Bills. So next week it's going to be the Eagles taking on the Commanders and the Bills versus the Chiefs. Man, that is a tough draw.
Who's our team, guys?
Man, I was so sad about Detroit.
I know, me too.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
know.
sad about it.
I know.
But I'm for the Bills for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm pulling for the
Bills.
Bills. I gave Sean my
Your support?
my support. Man, I'm pulling for you.
Sean, we had a show Sunday night during the game, and it was really, we got a host so that he could leave, but it was really important to him that he do the show, and he was just so wound up. It was hilarious. And then I spent time with him yesterday. He was in the best mood. I mean, it's just
It changes entire.
It changes his outlook on
Yeah.
life. For Sean, absolutely. Is he going to try to go to any of the games? Because I know he was thinking about going on Sunday.
I mean, if that opportunity comes up, he'll be there in a second. But I'm not totally. I mean, it gets tighter and tighter the further they go. But
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Go Bills.
And yes, Taylor Swift was at the Chiefs game over the weekend, and she was sitting with Caitlin Clark from the WNBA.
It was a weird group. Did you see the group of people?
who was it?
Okay, so Caitlin Clark was there in that suite.
That was the only one I saw. Who else was there?
Oh, Brooke Shields. I guess Brooke Shields and is it Donna Kelsey or is it Taylor's mom? That just met Brooke Shields recently.
I don't know.
I don't know. That
All right.
Donna's everywhere.
Then there's
She's
that
dynamite.
There's that Alex. I can't think of her last name, but she's a chef on the Food Network. You've seen her on 1,000 shows. Who else? It was the weirdest group. Oh, from Suits, the one that plays Jessica, the head of the firm.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yes, she was there, sitting next to Alex.
What?
Yes, it was the oddest.
What's her name?
Group of
She's
people.
great. That is very strange.
Is her name Jessica?
No, that's the character. It's
It'd be lazy writing.
And then she got her own show.
Yeah, Jessica Pearson.
Yeah, Pearson.
Gina Torres.
Yep, that's it. What?
It was, I'm going to find the picture, the most bizarre group of people I've ever seen.
What an odd bunch.
It was.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, the NFL has reportedly asked Kendrick Lamar not to play that Drake diss track, Not Like Us, during the Super Bowl halftime show, which is like his biggest song now, right? I mean, it's got like a
Is it?
billion streams
I
or
don't know anything
something
about it.
insane.
Couldn't tell you.
We had it as like one of the best songs of, the up to now, millennium
Up
or
to
whatever.
now.
Whatever those dumb lists are.
How could he just
Best
not
songs
play
of
it?
millennium so far. Isn't that what it was called? But
He can't not play one of his biggest songs.
Well,
honestly, going into this thing, people are only so familiar with him anyway.
I know,
He
he's
needs
gotta play that song.
Yes, that's unfair.
Sorry, Drake, but there's speculation that Drake is the one who's putting pressure on the NFL. Duh. And then they say maybe
So
Jay-Z
what? How much
also.
power does he possibly have?
Well, Jay-Z, they think too, because he produces the halftime show. And I guess Drake and Jay-Z are best friends. or
I don't
something.
think we should let a Canadian tell us
Yeah.
what to do with
What do you
American
know
football.
about this, Canadian? Other football stuff. Ohio State beat Notre Dame 34-23 to win that college football
Man,
championship.
they just didn't
Not
even
fun.
look like the same team.
Yeah, Ohio State just was a better team, unfortunately. Man, it was. And then they made it a little bit interesting there at the end, which was kind of fun. But yeah, I didn't love it. Don't care for Ohio State, and I love Notre Dame. But man, what a season for Notre Dame. It was cool.
On the blog today in a little bit, there's going to be a list of the most, quote, badass movie presidents. I've got the top 5. I mean,
Okay, I can do this. I can do this. Harrison Ford in Air Force One.
number 1.
Michael Douglas in American President.
No, he didn't seem very badass, according to this.
I know. He wasn't.
Not good presidents. Badass.
Okay, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman, yes, number 7 in Deep Impact.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
Wasn't there one of those?
What about what's his face? Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman, number 2,
Oh,
Independence Day.
Great.
Oh,
One of those-
Jack Nicholson. Mars Attacks.
Yep, number 5.
Wow. One of those Gerard Butler movies. White House
White
Down.
House Down, but he wasn't the president. Wasn't
He
it?
didn't make the
What was Morgan
top-
Freeman?
Ooh, what's the one where
13.
Eddie Albert was the president and he was he was bad?
I don't know. Oh, yes. Here it is. Number 12 on the list is called Dreamscape from
Oh,
1984.
that movie, good movie. Dennis Quaid, Kate Capshaw. I bet the special effects are really cheesy and terrible now,
84,
but
yeah.
it's good.
Never heard of it.
I don't know
he's
if
a
you're going to get the
bad
other
guy.
ones in
Okay,
the
go
top
ahead.
5. Benjamin Walker from Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. So I'm sure he played Abraham Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jamie Foxx was the president in White House Down. That was
I
number
just
3.
said that.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I didn't hear Jamie
He said
Foxx.
White House Down. He said the Gerard
okay.
Butler White House Down.
Oh, I was looking for Gerard Butler.
Oh, gotcha.
So, sorry, that's how my brain works. I'm Brando, your Hollywood outsider.
I have a question I'm going to pose to you. What would you do if this offer came to you? You don't have pre-check, all right? TSA pre-check.
Yeah.
You're in line. The line is doable. You're not even cutting it close. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And a TSA agent approaches you and says, we are training TSA agents for full body pat downs on women. Would you want to skip the line and be one of the practice people?
I'd have to see what the woman looks like first.
So the line is doable. I hardly have anybody else to go through. What would you say?
This happened to you?
Yes.
What?
Are you
in St.
getting anything
Louis.
out of this?
I get to skip the line.
But the line is doable.
The line is doable.
Oh, I would skip. Yeah, why not?
I skipped and said, sure,
Pat me down.
let's do this.
And it's kind of fun.
Who's got a cigarette?
It's kind of fun to work with like authorities like that when they're practicing, or like it's going to be a very different experience.
Yes.
Than if you were seriously getting patted down, because they're going to be like, all right, don't forget her shoes or whatever. And oh, that's right. You're going to be. It might be fun.
So how
Was it fun?
It was not fun.
Not fun.
It was worse. It was a bad move.
you regret it?
I regret it. Now, the person was this girl, the person that was practicing and learning and training, very nice. I mean, she didn't really talk to me. She should have. She should have bought me dinner. The girl, there was a young girl next to me, and we both looked at each other. I go, yeah, yeah, sure. And she was like, yeah, I'll do it too. And she was young. And it was way longer than I thought. Here's why I said yes. Not because I wanted to be helpful.
A pat down and a search that they have to train for are two different things.
This was the full body pat down.
But you had your clothes on.
You have your clothes on. You can go into another room if you feel more comfortable.
Right.
But they are back a hand caressing every area. They're going under the boobs. They're going in the waistband. And it was long and involved because they're being watched while they're doing this.
Right.
As they're training.
Which for a lot of people is...
That's a
Describe that
that's a
again just
turn
for a
on.
second. You could just then slowly.
What if she's like back a hand right beneath you and she's like, wait a minute, are you Courtney Landrum?
Oh, shush.
Well, they probably knew it was her.
I feel like the girl next to me, though, hers was way longer, even longer than mine.
Really?
So I guess it depended on who the trainee was.
Yeah.
But we're out in the open, and it was a situation. It was a whole tox, boobs.
Is this St. Louis or Chicago?
St. Louis. Here's why I said yes. Because I felt like if I said no, they were going to seek
they're gonna flag you?
retribution.
No.
My mind is not normal when I'm in this situation.
I'm a little surprised they do that.
What? Do the full body pat
Like a
down?
practice, like ask. I guess you have to. I guess that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, you gotta.
Wouldn't they just be doing it to each
To
other?
each other. But maybe the other people are like, I already have been through this. I don't want to do this.
It might present HR issues if you're patting each other down all the time.
So did somebody coach them? Was somebody like faster, slower?
No.
Slow.
Faster, slower. Like
More
those
gently.
two words are ever going to be used.
I don't know. Well, what are you training them then?
It was a lot. I wish I wouldn't have done it. And I did it also for the retribution, but also, well, this is a story.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
How do you think the ladies felt that were in front of you that they just walked right past and they went right to you two?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, what did
I
we
also
do?
felt, there was something
We
about
got
it.
passed over.
There was something about it that made me feel like a chosen one. Mm-hmm. Like, she looks cool.
Yeah. She can handle
This girl looks cool.
She could use a pat down.
All right. That's it. That's my big TSA story.
I picture you in like a shucked T-shirt and some kind of cheesy corn hat. Like you just are like,
Hey, I hadn't been to the merch area yet for
that's
Shucked.
true.
It was
Okay.
pre-Shucked.
oh, it was.
This was
okay.
on the way there.
Okay.
Sounds like you almost got shucked on the way.
Telling you, this show was made for you. I think it was written for both of you.
Wow.
All right, let's get a look at your traffic.
Courtney Show.
Can't wait to show my friends today. Best thing I saw yesterday.
Nick was in a dark place over the weekend when TikTok went down and I was out of town. It wasn't like he missed me. He missed me, I think. He was lonely. But
Boy, I
when
bet he
TikTok...
was counting the minutes.
Oh, it was dark for him, I believe. So that was the big talk over the weekend when TikTok went away for what, 13 hours?
If there's a story I understand less, it's that one.
Yeah, it seems like it was a stunt. Big stunt.
So I'm very confused.
But I did laugh at this from Ryan Schwartz TV. What if they tell us we can have TikTok back, but it comes preloaded with a new U2 album? I thought that was very, very good. And then this made me laugh from Metro East Crime. Apparently there was some kind of event at Schmitty's. It's a bar. And it just says, we need video/pics. Anyone at Schmitty's Spaghetti Wrestling? Prove it. So apparently this place called Schmitty's had spaghetti wrestling over the weekend. And then I saw him looking for more spaghetti wrestling gals at one point before the wrestling event. And then I think you guys will like this one. The Buffalo Bills have lost to the Chiefs 3 straight times in the playoffs, but they have to be due. Surely no team like the Bills would lose 4 consecutive crucial postseason games. It's hurtful for the Bills.
Yes.
I know, but it's it's equal opportunity, funny. And it's a bad time for the Bills. Like that 4 years.
Yes.
Bad deal.
Good, but bad.
Yes. All right, what about you guys?
This, I liked it. It's not terribly funny, but I saw Dave Foley is in St. Louis, or he was in St. Louis. He said just arrived, from Kids in the Hall and
Yes.
News Radio. So just arrived in St. Louis, which as a naive child I always thought was in the South. Looks a lot like Canada, and there's pictures of like Busch Stadium, and I don't know where he is. And I looked him up, and he's not on tour.
He
Kids
was
in the
here
Hall.
before recently and
Really?
put pictures up. I wonder if he's got family.
But he's Canadian. But I mean, yeah, he might have family.
Like his
or something.
wife, whoever he's married to.
Yeah, but I just thought that was interesting. He was sharing pictures of good old St. Louis. And this is from Ariel. She's a comedian. I can't remember her last name now. But she said, there's a lot of stigmas surrounding witch hunts, mostly from people who have never been witch hunting. My family has been doing this for generations. We use every part of the witch. And if it weren't for us, the witch population would be out of control. Please educate yourselves. It really made me laugh.
Tim.
That's what I got.
Yeah, happy to do some here. Sorry, hang on.
I did take a picture of Big Head Todd of just all the men. There's just
Really?
men galore. We were in the back. It's just all dudes.
Yeah.
It's your place, single ladies.
The
I'm just
ladies
telling
like
ya.
Big Head Todd. I'm surprised.
Yes.
I got one. It just says POV Melania #inauguration 2025, and it's just her viewer window, but the picture's only at the very bottom because she was wearing that hat.
Oh, the hat
So it's
covering
like
her
here's
eyes.
her point of view.
Oh,
and there's
that's
just
funny.
a little slit where she could actually see what was going on.
People's feet.
You know she was probably like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like,
So
do I
let me
have to
see.
go?
Let me have a vision to where it's not a lot.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those are the best things we saw over the weekend. We got a lot to cover in Food Court. That's next on The Courtney Show.
Food Court.
1065 The Arch.
Food Court is brought to you by the Schnucks Rewards app. Earn 2% back on every purchase with the Schnucks Rewards app. Any food from you guys? I have a couple food stories, but if you ate it, did you have anything delicious over the weekend that was new and exciting to you?
I did. Not new, but I don't go there very often. We met up with some friends at at this 1860 Public House in Redbud. We've been there before. It's a nice restaurant. A friend runs it, and it's really good. And then we went over to Ratskeller afterwards for drinks. It's like a bar in town, and had a good time there. And then we played the "Is That Who I Think It Is" game, because we're all Redbud.
Yeah.
Grew up in Redbud. But, we're not always there all the time, especially not out on the nightlife. And so everybody looks different as they get older. And we were trying to pick out people from the crowd. Like, is that? And then sending pictures to other friends. Like, is that who this is? And so that was
Did anybody come up to you like that you had gone to school with? Like, hey,
yeah, we ran into
Brandon.
a couple people. Yeah, we ran into a couple people that we know. But
so you went you went old school in it.
Yeah, but you know so many people, but you're like, I haven't seen that guy in 30 years. Is that who I think it is? And the big surprise of the night, there was an old gal there. And I mean, I've seen her she's just a Redbud face.
Yeah.
I've seen her at all the picnics, and we couldn't figure out who it was. And so John and I we snuck pictures of her and then sent them to our dads to be identified. And both of our dads knew exactly who it was.
Like your dad's age gal?
No, older.
Older?
Yes.
Oh, so she's been in the bar scene for a while.
I don't think I've ever seen her at a bar. That's what was so shocking.
Oh, you see her at the picnic, stuff like that.
I was like, I think I've seen her at church. Like, I can't believe she's out here drinking. Plus, I feel like she's been the same age for the past 35
well,
years.
that's a good thing.
So who was it? We're all on the
it was good old Irma Berkner.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
If you know, you're like, oh yeah, you see her all the time.
She's a real Redbud. Like she
worked at the North
she's
County
a part
News.
of the community.
That was why I knew her, because I'm like, I've been into that office 100 times with my grandpa when I was a kid, because it was like right on the square, the North County News, the newspaper of record in all of North County of Randolph County.
Do they still exist?
Absolutely.
Oh, good.
You can't take them down.
All right.
Other newspapers may falter, but
not
North County News, man.
All right.
I mean, how would you get the news in all of North County? You wouldn't.
No.
You need it.
Tim, food, anything?
No, I'm on a fitness journey. You guys may have heard about.
Yeah.
And I was
cooking.
Me food
Your
for the
mate,
most
yeah,
part. Yeah,
you're-
great, real great stuff. She made chili last night. 2 different chilies. We had family over and old Greg and Chris and Nikki, Nikki's parents, my parents. It was fun, but yeah. So she's been cooking and just crushing it.
And that was last night?
Last night was chili.
Last night was chili night.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It was great.
Oh, yeah, you all got together to cheer for Notre Dame, and
Yeah.
yet they let you down.
They did.
All right, I have a couple food stories. And it's funny, you say you're on a fitness journey. When you go out of town with Sarah Mattern, you also get deprived of food. Saturday, and we started at like 12:30, maybe. We went to a place, and I was like, okay, well, this is like a little appetizer. Nope, that's your food for the day. I had 3 total chicken wings on Saturday.
You can count on Cantor. Hi, I'm Mark Cantor of Cantor Injury Law. Cantor Injury Law is local, and that's much different than the other lawyers you see advertising. You can count on Cantor to know you and your injury. Count on Cantor to know the law and how to maximize the money you win in your case. You can count on Cantor because we've been winning cases like yours for 30 years. Visit CantorInjuryLaw.com or call us at 314-628-9999.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
How do you not eat at all?
Because there's nowhere to eat. We went to one place that you could eat, thinking that the next place we went, I was like, oh, the next place we go, we'll be able to get some food. Well, the next place we went was just a pure bar. It was called Streeters, and it was so cool. It was in the basement. It was cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it like a speakeasy vibe
No,
thing?
it was just an old tavern. Like it looked like in the caverns, and it was covered wall to wall. The bar was really long with TV screens, and we were there and the game had started, and not one of the 30 TVs had on the football game. Loyola basketball and Blackhawks. And I'm like, hey, Blackhawks are terrible, first of all.
Yeah.
The Loyola, it was right near Loyola University, so they have a deal with them, and I understand.
Sure.
But spare a TV or two. So they finally switched it over.
That was nice of them.
Yeah, 3 chicken wings total. They were good chicken wings.
You got to get some food when you're out with a chicken.
It was not.
Just be like, hey, let's go to a hat store. And then it just end up being a Hooters.
It was not good for me. But we did dine at the oldest Italian restaurant in Chicago called Italian Village. And I got their house special, which is the lasagna. Not the biggest lasagna. It's not my very favorite, but I'm like, this is their specialty.
Yeah, I'd be going for that lasagna.
It was incredible. It came in like a little skillet, and I got it covered in I got it baked, so it had cheese on the top
Ooh,
too.
that's the right
I took a
choice.
picture of it. My picture is real blurry, but it was fantastic.
Man, look at that.
Looks
thing.
good.
And it has a real old school vibe. We had a waiter that had an Italian accent, but was he from Ohio? I don't know.
Who cares?
It was a great accent, and it was delicious. Really, really good. Great. If you go there, Italian Village restaurant, get the lasagna.
Did they have like the Capone chair?
No, but I went to a bar that was an Al Capone bar, and they were real snotty about how great they thought they were.
Yeah.
It was a $20 cover. Place was packed, and there was entertainment in the front, and it was not good.
What was
Just sounded like some flautists. It was odd. And we paid $40 to just walk in, walk to the back of the bar, find out where there was nowhere to be, and then left.
You're kidding.
And the guy was not nice. He was very proud
Shakedown.
of this place. Like, we should know what it is.
Who was the guy that was
The bouncer, the guy in the front taking
like,
money, he was
keep
a
it-
jerk. He wasn't welcoming. But once he said it's a $20 cover, I was like, I felt like it was a challenge. Like I didn't have $20 or I was too cheap, so I paid it.
And he played you.
I know.
You got Chicago.
He was a jerk.
You got Capone.
He was a real jerk. But then yesterday or Sunday, I had Pequod's pizza, and it was fantastic.
I really want to try that. I've never had it.
It is so good.
It's deep dish, or was it like tavern style?
No, it's deep dish.
Or
It's deep dish. They are known for, they take cheese and put it out around the whole outside of it and burn it into the crust. So the crust edges are real. I have a picture.
crunchy, cheesy.
Yes. Here's what it looks like.
Oh, look at that.
So it's not the pie that deep dish Giordano's Lou Malnati's.
Right.
You know, that's a different
That's a real thick
whole thing.
and all the sauces on top. That's like the pepperoni's on top.
Yes, pepperonis and sauce on top. It was excellent. It was so good. So if you ever go to Chicago and there's a Pequod's, I highly suggest. I give it a big thumbs up.
Was there a picture of Richie on the wall from what's the show? The Bear. Remember he ran in there to get the pizza?
Right when you walk in.
Yeah.
There's a picture.
It was the whole Pequod's
It was
episode.
it was a picture for the Bear on Hulu. It was like the
Logo.
yes.
I figured they had like the whole crew had to be there shooting. But I'd want a picture of Richie holding the pizza.
All right, I'll get to some other food stories, but I do have something I want to ask you. I'll just get to one more food story because we've talked food.
Yeah, it's all food.
So here's what this guy does when we walk into Pequod's. We walk in, it's like 11:15, 11:20. It was early because we had to check out of the hotel by 11. Mm-hmm. So we're like, we'll just go straight and eat because they open at 11, and then we'll go to the airport, even though we'll be really early, but we'll just hang. When we walk in, there is no one there. There are like maybe 2 tables. This place is pretty big too, and there's an upstairs. We walk in, and he says, "Hi," and we're like, "Hello." It's like, "Can I help you?" And we were like, "Yeah, 2. Do you have a reservation?" There's no one there. And we say, "No." And he said, "Okay, I'm going to sit you right here." So he sits us at this high top right by the door. Like we were stressing him out that we came in without a reservation. All right? Sits us at like one of the worst seats in the place. Mm-hmm. No one's there. Well, while we were there for like the hour, people are coming in and it's pretty full, but it's not full. We got there early enough that even if there were reservations, there were tables. Mm-hmm. He does this to everyone. And what we noticed was, because I was doing a survey, I was doing my own study. Anybody that has a reservation is coming in and saying, "I have a reservation." Like, "Hello, can I help you?" "Yeah, we have a reservation for 2 under the name blah." But then people that don't have reservations, like 3, nobody's saying, "Yes, 3 for, there's 3 of us." If they have reservations, they're stating that. But every person
He asked.
he asked.
Do you have a reservation?
And he knew they didn't, because if they did, they say at the get-go, they have a reservation.
Yeah.
It was a real passive-aggressive way of dealing with the public.
Yeah.
I disliked it. And would you ever think a pizza place you'd need a reservation?
In Chicago, yes.
Yeah, but at 11:15 on a Sunday.
Well, they
listen,
might
there were
say
plenty of
because
places.
those pizzas those deep dish take forever to make.
It didn't take that long.
All right.
I mean, it didn't. It took maybe 25, 30 minutes. It's not like the other kind of
It's
Chicago
like a
stuff.
medium deep.
Yeah, it really is. It is. It's like half the thickness.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was,
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Who's sticking it to you?
Yeah, he was sticking it to you.
Yeah.
Everybody that came in, he was making you feel bad for not having a
right.
reservation. I didn't like it.
Not cool.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not either. And then finally, there's a highly subjective ranking of the best Girl Scout cookies. I'm going to go down the list for you. I'm just going to go to number 8. Or no, I'll go 7. Number 7, trefoils, or however you say it. That's the sugar cookie, the shortbread cookie. Then lemonades, they say, is number 6.
What?
Those are shortbread cookies with lemon-flavored icing. I haven't had it, but it sounds good. Then they put the toast yays at number 5.
Wow.
Which are leaving.
Yeah.
Those are the
That's not
French.
all bad. And you can't even get them everywhere.
No. Then the Do-si-dos, which are the peanut butter sandwich cookie. That's number 4. Then another peanut butter entry. Number 3 is tagalongs. Those are peanut butter patties that are covered in chocolate. Thin Mints, number 2. They are saying number 1
Whoa.
is Samoa's.
Oh.
The coconut ones.
Who put this thing together?
It's just a writer for Food and Wine.
Yeah, I mean,
as far as sales are concerned, though, Thin Mints, I'm sure,
Thin Mints.
sell the most.
gotta be.
The
this guy
biggest.
did this so that the story would travel.
Yeah, I mean, they did do the title of the story is a highly subjective ranking of the best Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah. But
That's
if you really, if you're looking for the fanciest of the cookies, of their cookies that they make, that's probably the fanciest.
Yes, it's got the most to it.
It's stuff going on.
Caramel chocolate chip is their least favorite. I don't even know what that one is.
Me either.
Never had it. Toffee-tastic, lemon ups. I mean, it's Girl Scout cookie season, so I'm sure at some point we're going to have which Girl Scout cookie pairs the best with wines. That comes out every year too.
Yep.
That is your food court. It's brought to you by the Schnucks Rewards app.
The Courtney Show.
Man, I don't know if you know this or not, but there is a tribute to Fleetwood Mac, a band called Big Love. Is this the first you've heard of this?
Yeah. Keep talking.
What's even crazier, they're going to be at the pageant this weekend.
It's this weekend?
Yes, in St. Louis this weekend. You could go if you call right now, 314-954-1065 or 618-398-1065.
Do I have to do anything?
You just call. We're going to play Throwback Live. This super easy game for you to play because you just guess who you think is going to win. And if that person wins, then you win, which is nice. That makes it super easy. So you don't have to answer any trivia questions. You don't have to do any backward songs, any of those like sped up songs or weird trivia questions. Super easy to do. And if your person wins, then you win.
Wow. And this big, are they going to play deep cuts or do you think they're going to play all my favorite Fleetwood Mac songs?
I did a little research.
Yeah.
And found that they'll play just about any Fleetwood Mac.
Get out.
Yeah. They just go wherever they want.
And again, that's this weekend at the pageant.
Yeah. Saturday night. You would think, well, maybe they're playing Saturday morning. Nope. No, that doesn't make any sense. Saturday night is a much cooler time to play.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
that's a hot ticket.
Very hot ticket. I think we got some people ready to play.
You can do it! I see dead people. Hello, Newman. Where's the beach? What you talking about,
Throwback Live.
Real good stall, guys. Our contestants for Throwback Live, I'll be playing for Becky from Wentzville. Brando has Nick from Granite City, Tim, Brian from South County, and I think you know what you're playing for today.
Whoops. Wrong one. Where am I? Please welcome the host of Throwback Live. It's Afton.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Afton.
How are you doing?
Good.
You guys ready for Throwback Live?
I guess.
Yeah?
I'm kind of having a tough day
Yeah?
myself.
Do you want to talk about
no,
it?
no, I don't.
We have plenty of time.
No, everything's fine.
Last a few episodes ago
Yeah.
of Throwback Live, you needed to hurry. So
No, I'm chilled.
Okay. Took care of business.
So much time. We got all the time.
Yeah, just take your time.
Let's get to it. So Marty's got throwback clips for you guys, and you're going to ring in on behalf of your listeners with these sounds. Courtney, Brando, Tim. All right, here we go. Question 1. Name this former St. Louis radio station. Brando?
I was going to guess KHTR.
That's correct.
Bobby Day was the original DB's Delight host.
Oh, really?
When I watched it.
Before Greg Phillips.
Yes, before Greg Phillips. Greg with 2 G's at the end.
Ego.
3 G's, actually.
3 G's.
3. One at the beginning, 2 at the end.
Question 2. Name this 1993 movie.
That's what I love about these high school.
Brando.
Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused is correct.
My blood.
I get older, they stay the same age. Yes,
they do.
Question 3. Which TV show used this theme song?
I heard the toot.
Yeah, that was Brando.
It was.
Chips.
Chips is correct.
Man, I knew it would kick in.
A lot of thumping at the beginning of that. I didn't realize.
Season 2.
That's a sweep. That's a Brando win.
Hey. And that's a big win for you, Nick from Granite City. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
Hell
you're going to see Big Love, Fleetwood Mac Tribute Band. It's this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what
Saturday
you guys
night?
said?
Yeah.
Saturday night?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't know if you guys explained it enough, but that's this Saturday, and it's going to be a great night, great show on Saturday night at the pageant. Tickets available 1065thearch.com is where you can find all that information. But we'll get you your tickets, Nick, and we'll play again tomorrow for more tickets on the Courtney Show.
The Courtney Show.
I don't know if you guys have seen this. There is a bucket list going viral online. It is a 13-year-old's bucket list that these parents came across. Decided to put out anonymously. They didn't want to sell the kid out or anything.
That's what I do. I sell my kids out all the time.
Well, they don't work on radio.
Yeah, they're not animals.
They know that they're your bread. Those children are your bread and butter.
Yeah. It's making the rounds. 20 items on this bucket list, which is only 13. He's got plenty of time to do all these things before he kicks the bucket.
I love that he's 13 and he wrote out a bucket list.
Well, I think it's a good idea.
Wait a second. Is that where the kicks the bucket thing came from? Because you're done with the bucket list, and so you just go ahead and kick the bucket?
I think bucket list came after.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It came after.
Oh.
The reason bucket list is called bucket list is because of kick the bucket.
Really?
Yes. I think so.
I don't think I ever made that connection between the two.
It is. I think so.
It is. And kick the bucket has something to do with... Is it like they put bodies down a well and on their way down they'd kick?
They would accidentally kick the bucket.
It's something.
Sounds like a Tuesday tidbit to me.
It doesn't seem like you should store your bodies in the well.
It's something literal like that. The kick the bucket.
Has anyone seen The Ring? It's a bad idea.
Anyway, so this guy made a bucket list at 13 years old and it's going viral. It's pretty entertaining. I'm going to take you through all 20 items. Number 1, get a full taxidermy alligator. Achievable, right?
Is there anything about getting a samurai sword? What kind of sword did he get?
A machete.
Machete.
Number 2, go to New Zealand.
Okay.
I recommend it. That's
Yeah,
great
that sounds
for anybody's.
cool.
Yeah. Number 3, become a published author. Number 4, discover a new species. Gotta get to work. It's not easy. Number 5, eat an octopus.
Yeah, that's doable.
He doesn't clarify if he means like an entire octopus.
I think it's probably calamari.
Have a few. Well,
you can get
13,
octopus at Costco right now.
It's true. Number 6, befriend a binturong, which is a bear cat. That's to not only meet one and hold one, but
befriend one.
Build a friendship.
Oh, well, this is adorable.
Number 7, get a cool Jeep. Number 8, have a YouTube channel. Number 9, prove the existence of goblins.
Not just investigate, but prove that they exist.
Yeah, exactly. Not determine whether they
He
do or
wants
not.
to be the guy.
Yes.
Yes.
He's like, I know they exist, but I'm going to prove to the world that there are goblins running around.
Number 10, seemingly on a related note, meet J.K. Rowling.
Oh, I see.
Number 11, become the world's leading expert on Redwall, which are fantasy books.
I mean, it sounds like on the process to get to there, he's going to become the world expert on goblins.
Yeah, if he proves the existence of goblins, he doesn't.
I think he's the world expert on goblins.
Yeah. Number 12, legally change my names. The parent said that the kid's name is, quote, very common. And when asked about it, the kid said they wanted to change it to something like Trevor Bartholomew Dunglepants III.
Or SeaWorld.
Number 13, get married.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
Seems doable.
Yeah, but not to a goblin. Number 14, save an animal species. So he wants to not only discover one, but also keep one around.
I mean, he could just save the goblins. I don't think that their numbers are great.
Number 15, go on a fossil dig. He's going to need to.
Look for goblins.
Yeah. 16, go snorkeling with a shark.
Oh, yeah, that's doable.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he means you want to get in the water and there's a shark there, or like he and a friend that happens to be a shark are going to go snorkeling together.
Yep.
I really like that version.
17, help make a movie. He's not trying to make one himself. He's just trying to be
He wants to be on the crew.
Totally reasonable.
Yeah.
Number 18, meet an alien.
He's real into
That's a lot of stuff on this list.
Yeah.
He's got some of these are not as easy peasy. Octopus, that you can do
New
that.
Zealand, no
Meeting an
problem.
alien.
Alligator, easy. But some of them.
But some of like discover a species.
Yeah.
I know.
It's difficult.
Number 19, become a millionaire. I mean, if you do a few of these other things, that's not going to be a problem.
That's true.
You're the goblin guy.
Given.
I smell Nobel Prize.
Oh, easily.
And number 20, beat someone up.
I get that. I do. I've always wanted to punch someone in the face.
Oh, I think it would hurt my hand.
I do too, but I want to know.
I want to know.
I think I'd go for the belly.
You would?
I got to protect my hand. They're
Got a
important.
good-
Look,
got a
there's stuff
good-
back here I got to do.
And a good old clock.
I mean, look at the size of the knuckle sandwich, though. I mean,
Yeah,
I feel
you would hurt
I
someone.
feel like it would knock them out, but you got to have some strength behind it too.
Yeah, you do.
I don't think I do.
It's hard. You got it. I mean, don't punch anybody.
I'll break my finger.
You don't want that. Focus on this other stuff. So that's it. We'll post it on the blog. But some good, puts things into perspective.
I would like it if you asked your kids to come up with
I just wrote it down.
Okay, good. Thank you.
I cannot.
All we need
wait.
is the list. We don't need the audio, even though I just think if you give them the list, if they talk it out, they might not be as forthcoming.
It might be fun to just get 4 lists and then you try to figure out who it is.
Yes, yes, yes.
I like that.
Please, and you could do the same, Tim.
Yeah.
I'm going to say
Spider-Man.
Baby Jack.
Spider-Man.
Well, I'll be Spider-Man related.
Oh, that's good. All right, let's get a look at your traffic.
The Courtney Show.
I just heard that there's going to be a new award given out for the Hubby Awards next year. It's the most HVAC aware person on staff. And I think we have an early favorite.
I mean, the only times I think I've emailed John, like where our big boss, I wasn't just replying to something, has been about the HVAC system.
The heating
here.
and cooling.
Yes.
They need to add that category next year.
I shouldn't have to be I would think other people would do it, but I don't think they do. I'm the person.
It bothers you more because in the studio it's fine.
It's fine.
But it gets to you more than anybody else.
I'm a real temperature. I have a temperature problem. Steady reminders.
Steady reminders. Well, there's a new study that looked into what your job says about your psychological health. And they found what they call clear correlations between a person's profession and their genetic predisposition to several psychiatric traits and disorders. We're talking about ADHD, autism, depression, schizophrenia.
This is fascinating.
Yeah, so these correlations, they say, could influence how people choose their careers. And this is data collected from, it's like more than 400,000 American and British workers across multiple different fields. So this is a big survey, had to be very expensive to do. So they say, so these are some of the professions essentially. So they say STEM professionals, so science, technology, engineering, mathematics. They say those are the folks that are most likely to be on the autism spectrum. They said schizophrenia is most prevalent in community and social workers. Apologies if you're in these fields.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound good, but maybe you already. Yeah, I know that.
Wow.
I can't imagine being a social worker and it not affecting you mentally. Like
it would have to be.
I don't think it turns you schizophrenic.
No. I'm not saying anything about schizophrenia. I'm saying I can't understand how you can take in like these hard stories to hear and try to help people, and sometimes you just can't.
Yeah.
How does that not affect your brain?
That's a job that I think it's hard to leave at work.
Yeah.
It probably sticks
How
with
could
you. Yeah, throughout the day. Anorexia nervosa, they say, shows up most frequently in teachers and educators. Oh, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Jobs most associated with ADHD tended to require the
Radio.
least amount of education.
There you
So
go.
technically, you don't have to do anything. You could just be like, I want to radio.
Yes.
And people are like, okay, you sound credible.
It doesn't say jobs. It just says least amount of
Just,
education.
yeah, it doesn't go down and list the specific jobs, but this is one of those jobs. The most stable jobs with the least amount of mental health conditions were found in architecture and engineering, a bunch of them healthcare, farming, business and finance, office administration and support, management and sales. So they're saying like, those are where the normal folks go. None of us are in that.
Our salespeople have their fair share of mental.
I wish they would do like something about where the most narcissists go.
Oh.
Yeah, where was that category?
That's interesting to me. The narcissistic tendencies, where are they? Like, what is the job that they're like, this is where I
And
really
I wonder
shine.
if there really is a correlation.
I don't know.
Because I feel like you find narcissists in everything.
Besides politicians, you have to have a little bit of.
They can't just be like Hollywood. Like, oh, all right, we know that.
Right.
On the flip side, they say artists and designers were the most likely to be predisposed to many of the medical health conditions we talked about. Anorexia, bipolar disorder, autism, schizophrenia, and depression. So I don't think that's a big surprise.
No, it's interesting though.
Yeah. An aquarium in Japan closed for renovations last month. So, nobody was allowed to come in during the time.
They had no
people coming
visitors.
in. So they just had the fish. They were taking care of the fish. And they said there's this massive sunfish, which are huge. Said it just wasn't doing very well. It stopped eating. Seemed like he was sick. And they're like, oh no, we're going to lose this fish. And it turns out he was lonely.
Oh.
Somebody was like, he might just miss seeing the people come in and look through the glass. And so some employees put up a bunch of cardboard cutouts of people next to his tank, and he's doing much better now.
That warms my heart.
And you know where
It
they
makes
got
me
him?
sad too.
They went to the Lonely Guy store. That's where they got all the cardboard cutouts.
When I went to, I was down at Union Station for something, for like a run that I hosted. Remember I did that Making Strides for Breast Cancer.
Yes.
And they have those two ponds right there.
Mm-hmm.
And they have fish in both the ponds, and they have where you can buy fish
food. Oh, that's cool.
It's insane when you walk by, especially the time of year it was. Like, there's not as many people walking.
Oh, they probably just follow you.
There were 1,000 fish that came up to the edge with their mouths open.
You probably feel like, I have to feed these guys.
I felt terrible. I didn't have any coins on me. I felt really bad.
Poor guys.
I can't imagine how much they eat during summer months.
Oh, man, they're just gorging.
Yes.
You get huge. Today is National Hugging Day. No, thank you. And it's also One-Liners Day.
Oh, man.
Zing, zing, zing. I think we fired a couple one-liners today. So
more
far.
than one. Always more than one.
We're going to have to try harder since now that we know that today
you guys are fine.
is the day. See how many we can get in before 10 a.m. And TripAdvisor just put up a list of the 10 best U.S. destinations for 2025. No big secrets or like, oh, never heard of that place before. New York City, Oahu, Las Vegas, the Florida Keys, New Orleans, Nashville, San Francisco, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. You've been to
D.C.?
Two of them. Look at me. I'm real regular.
Wow.
I'm just a normal tourist.
You're finding all the best. Those are the best destinations.
Next time I go to Chicago, I'd like it to be warm. I've been twice within almost a year, and it's the winter.
It's a little better in the summer.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's your randos.
Randos. Tuesday tidbits.
All right, it's time for some tidbits. All right, I screenshot one of these, so I have to find it that I really liked. And you guys might already know this, which, okay, here it is. There's a band, a death metal band called Hatebreak. No, I'm sorry. Hate Beak makes way more sense. They are known for their unique twist. Their lead vocalist is an African gray parrot named Waldo.
Oh, cool.
The band was formed in 2003 and is known for its parrot-themed metal music. Waldo's squawks, screams, and sounds are integrated into their tracks, making Hate Break stand out in the metal scene.
Well, yeah.
Hate Beak.
I mean, Hate Beak, sorry.
There's a big heavy band called Hate Breed.
Yeah.
What do they have?
Just regular guys.
They're breeding the parrots.
Like, not that cool.
I just thought
There's so much like sense of humor in the metal world. Like there's this band called, I think they're called, I'm gonna mess it up, Necro Goblin. And there's a goblin in the band. I'm not reaching back to the story.
Yeah, I know that.
Right. A lot of goblin talk today.
It's incredible.
That's the name of the podcast.
I kind of want to pull up a song, but I should have pre-listened to it.
Yeah.
Here are some of their songs: Bird Seeds of Vengeance, Hellbent for Feathers, Beak of Putrefaction.
Awesome.
Feral Parrot, Roost in Peace.
That's my favorite.
Birdsum, Molt Thrower. They're out of Baltimore, in case you're curious.
Yeah, be careful. Those grays, they can swear.
I wonder if they perform live and have the parrot, this parrot there with them.
Wouldn't that freak the bird out if they're all like jamming?
I don't know, but that's the way you make money. You got to go out and tour.
You got to hurt his little bird ears.
I don't know. And my other tidbit, I like this one. There's a minor league hockey team called the Seattle Breakers. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Or at least they had one in 1982. Well, a guy named Tom Martin, they had the rights to Tom Martin after the Winnipeg Jets drafted him in 1982. So the Seattle Breakers had rights to him. But he refused to play for the team because they wouldn't pay for his education. He was willing, however, to play for his hometown minor league team, the Victoria Cougars. So the Seattle Breakers, traded him to the Cougars for a used team bus.
That is awesome.
That's like the actual bucket of baseballs.
Yeah. He eventually did make it to the NHL and scored 12 goals for the Winnipeg Jets. He also got the nickname Bussy, which stuck for his whole career.
That's really good.
All right, those are my tidbits. What about you guys?
Well, this one, I think somebody texted about it too, but sorry to rain on the Belleville Parade, but the longest main street in the United States is in Island Park, Idaho. There's also one really long in O Street it's O Street in Lincoln, Nebraska. That one's like 20 to 59 miles, depending on how you do it.
I think once we got Google, it proved me wrong. I think I said that it was the longest main street before anybody could look it up.
There's another one in Denver, Colorado, but it is listed as one of the longest. It's the third one listed.
Well,
Main
that's
Street, Belleville, Illinois.
Again, third.
But
Much like the Red Lobster and the Olive Garden.
Yeah, they don't give you the actual mileage of how long it is. So I'm curious how it ranks.
But that's still, it's third.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, it's the only
It was so much better before people could look stuff up so easily.
Yeah, you could just lie.
Yes.
It's the only one called Main Street. That's significant.
Yes. Are
That's
the rest
true.
not main streets? I said Main Street specifically.
Therefore,
well,
what?
Yeah.
It's called Main Street, and therefore it would be. But I think these other ones are the main street.
No,
but it's
but-
just not called Main Street.
Well, then I think thank you,
legit.
Tim.
Yeah.
It's legit.
Yeah, maybe you are right.
Yes.
On it.
I've had some good times on O Street in Lincoln. I just want to say.
Have you?
Yeah. That's tops.
All right. Then it's true.
Take it. Take it to the bank.
All right. You heard it here.
You got to correct us,
All right.
Internet. And this is another one. It said in 1995, a man robbed a bank with lemon juice all over his face. He believed that because lemon juice can be used as invisible ink, it would make his face invisible on camera. And he wasn't crazy.
He wasn't?
He tested this method by applying lemon juice to his face and taking a photograph with a Polaroid camera. And he was not in the resulting image. So he was like, this must work. I just put this lemon juice on my face and cameras can't see me. Well, detectives believe his absence in the photograph could be attributed to faulty film. So it was probably the film that he put in the Polaroid camera that just didn't work. But he was like, I'm going to try this. And it worked.
And then he
So
went.
he's like, I'm going to go rob a bank.
So he robbed a bank.
With lemon juice all over my face.
And he got arrested.
And all the cameras are like, why is this guy? We clearly see
At least
who you
get
are.
some pantyhose, man. That was very funny. Tim?
I did some kick the bucket research. They're kind of unclear. What was the text?
Oh, I don't know.
Basically, people have a bunch of different things. And one of them is that a bucket is not a bucket like we think of. It's like the top beam when someone is hung on something.
Oh.
Bucket list. When hanging, they will stand on a bucket so the executioner will kick the bucket.
Kick it from underneath.
Oh, well, why didn't that come up?
That kind of makes the most sense.
Thank you. That's from But Friends Call Me Paco.
Thanks, Paco.
Thanks. It's always good for that. A good dark origin story.
Yeah.
All right, but
There's
who
a lot
knows?
about death.
That's
Shakespeare.
That's not so fun facts.
No, it's not. It's not fun. Speaking of Shakespeare invented the name Jessica in the play The Merchant of Venice.
I think I've heard this before. He invented a few names, I thought.
And words.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Over the next decade, we talk about things going into the public domain, like Mickey Mouse or the original Mickey Mouse, and then Popeye was the other big one. Over the next decade, listen to what game changers this is going to be. Some of these going into the public domain. Superman. King Kong. James Bond. Batman. Bilbo Baggins, Gandalf, and all the Hobbit people.
I was going to say, if Superman's going, then a lot of these other DC characters are not too far behind. But you said Batman, too.
Well,
so.
correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't that mean he can just show up in a Marvel movie?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
The Avengers could fight Superman?
But it's probably like the original version of him. Now, I don't know that matters too much.
But if he's called Superman and he's a guy dressed in blue with a cape, that's all.
That's
good
Superman.
enough for, yeah. Marvel. Scary times we live in. I don't know why I'm on the side of those properties. Like, I shouldn't be. I should be like,
Right.
yeah.
It's been around for a long time. People made a lot of money.
You don't want them sullying the good name of Baggins?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Bilbo?
Bilbo. I was going to call him Bobo.
Bilbo.
There's a Spock. What's his name? Leonard Nimoy song that you'll drill that into your brain. You ever heard?
I have heard it.
I'm not going to.
Yes, I have
We don't
heard
need
it.
to go down that road. It's a terrible song.
Someone needs to make a movie out of this. In 1942, Manitoba, Canada, tried to promote the sale of war bonds by staging a fake Nazi invasion in Winnipeg.
They wanted people, so they were trying to scare people to
be
buy.
like, this could happen if we don't get
"Look at
enough
all
money.
these Nazis."
That's pretty gross.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
But it worked.
Do better, Winnipeg. That's what I say.
Yeah, come on.
Doesn't sound like a Canadian thing to do. It goes against everything
Totally.
I thought they were.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it was probably a fun time.
Two others. This is interesting. If you have 2 arms, you have an above average number of arms. You get that? Because lots of people only have 1 arm. Very few people have more
3,
than 2 arms.
yeah,
so your average goes down a little bit. So you have 2. You have above
The average is... No, okay.
Pretty good, right?
No.
The average is probably like 1.9.
9999. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to close big here.
All right.
This is cool. Every letter in English is silent in at least one word, except for one letter. Would you like to guess what that letter is?
Say it again.
Every letter in the English language is silent in at
In
least
some
one
word.
In some word.
Yeah. Except for
What letter?
X,
T.
No.
R.
T's silent all the time if you say often like I do. No.
We're out of bed. I don't care. What is it?
V.
V.
You always pronounce V.
Yeah. There's a guy that has a stand-up bit all about how stupid words are what it's funny.
Yeah.
He talks all about like how we pronounce this way and that way.
Gallagher?
And why is
Gallagher.
No, but why is that letter even in here if it's silent?
Yeah.
When Gallagher said, the I before E, I make an I look an E and an E look an I, and I put the dot in the middle. That's Gallagher, everybody.
I just remember Gallagher and the watermelons. I don't remember any of his comedy.
He did lots of word
Did he?
jokes.
Okay.
Be like,
Maybe I'll go back in on some old Gallagher.
Did like a flip book. Remember the one where you're like, this is not how you say that. You say it this way.
He'd go B-O-M-B bomb. T-O-M-B. Tom?
No,
T-O-M-B.
we saw the same one.
Sounds like the bit I watched. This guy is a hack that I just watched.
He's ripping off Gallagher.
Yeah.
I mean, steal from the best, though, right?
I know, but Gallagher's not with us
He's
anymore.
going to start smashing cantaloupe, and you'll be like, I know where that came from, buddy.
Hi, I'm Mark Cantor. My law firm is Cantor Injury Law. Honor, integrity, loyalty, faith, and family are the principles and the foundation of Cantor Injury Law, and why we get justice for the injured and can win you the big bucks. If you have been in a car accident, truck accident, boating, or ATV crash, or even had a dog bite, please call Cantor Injury Law, 314-628-9999. There's no fee unless you win. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisement.
Those are our Tuesday tidbits.
They are.
The Hollywood Outsider on 106.5 The Arch.
Chapel Roan isn't afraid to speak her mind, so much so that she thinks it could be a problem.
You think?
She said, I think I'd be more successful if I was okay wearing a muzzle.
Yeah.
You know, she recently went viral at the VMAs when she told a photographer who was being disrespectful, but she just told him to shut the blank up.
Well, she also did that whole, TikTok or whatever about
her fans.
Yes.
Yeah.
That it's her time and you shouldn't come up to her.
Yes.
And it was, I understand where she's coming from, but she was
nobody
brand
does
new.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
And I can't imagine how much her life has changed, especially at that time. Going from, trying to all of a sudden just it felt like over this past summer, she just exploded.
Yeah. But that was that Lollapalooza performance.
That was the one that I think shocked everybody.
Was the tipping point.
That was the most talked about performance of a show that should have lots of talked about performances.
It was.
But that was the one that really shocked everyone.
Yeah.
And were amazed by it. So, yeah, she's fine. Does she really want to be the top of the top of the top?
Does she want to be a Gaga or does she just want to make her music and be able to tour and have some fun?
Yeah.
Or does she want all of it?
It's a good question. Let's get her on the phone. We'll ask her. What do you want? We'll give you some advice. Matt Healy from the 1975s may need a muzzle after their new album comes out. So there's a rumor that
Taylor Swift stuff.
Yes, that he mentions Taylor Swift on the new album. There's apparently, this is all rumor, called a song called "God Has Entered My Body" that includes the line, "Keep your head up, princess. Your tiara is falling." And they think that that's directed.
Or it could be trolling.
Cares?
It could be trolling too.
Yes.
He's like, it's not even about her at all. But people are going to think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and who cares?
Swifties are sharpening their knives. Get ready, Matt.
Yeah.
Despite those, what you may have heard with Jennifer Lopez and Kevin Costner, rather, they say he is not seriously involved with anyone. Doesn't mean that something didn't happen when they were in Aspen?
They're not serious, but
Yeah. They were not canoodling, but what's less than canoodling? Macaroniing? They were hanging out. Paramount Plus is done with that Frasier revival. 2 seasons in, getting rid of it. You watched some of it, didn't you?
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Without the old cast, without Niles especially.
It felt like a different show to you,
Yeah,
right?
it was. Yeah. And it seemed like they were acting.
You could see the...
You know what I'm saying? Like...
See the strings.
Yes. It felt very... Like we haven't done this in a while.
Yeah. But they're apparently going to shop the show, so who knows? Maybe it'll pop up on something else. Steve Lukather from Toto does not think that Rivers Cuomo is a fan of their song Africa, even though that Weezer covered it back in 2018. He said, I tried to reach out to this guy and be friendly, and then it just got weird. Well, I don't know if Steve Lukather is familiar with this, but they didn't want to cover that song.
No, it was a girl that wrote a letter.
Yeah, the internet wanted them to do it, and they kept pushing it off and didn't want to do it, and then finally they covered it. So it might be very possible that he isn't a big fan of the song or the band. But they were pressured into covering it. And I still think the funniest thing that they did was they said, all right, here it is. And then they released a cover of Rosanna.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was incredible. And it's a great version too.
And that's Steve Lukather.
Yeah, and Rivers is also a real weird dude.
Yeah, I think it's going to be weird even if he likes you.
I'm willing to bet he likes Toto, though.
Probably.
Yeah.
But he was at the time, it was like, why wouldn't they just cover it? Everybody thought it was going to be great. And they just pushed, and then finally did it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, yeah, now I got to play that dumb song all the time. Days of Our Lives actor Francisco San Martin passed away last week. He took his own life. He played the role of Dario Hernandez on Days of Our Lives. I didn't look
He
up
was
how old
young.
he was. Is he young?
39, I think. So after my time watching Days of Our Lives.
Oh, yeah. Margaret Qualley, Aubrey Plaza, and Chris Evans are going to be starring together in a dark comedy called Honey Don't. That's an interesting grouping, the three of them.
Who is it?
Aubrey Plaza,
Margaret Qualley, and Chris Evans. And it's Ethan Coen and his wife are doing it. So that's what that guy does, dark comedies. The director of the new Mission Impossible says the movie contains the most difficult thing they've ever filmed for the franchise.
Mission Impossible?
Yes.
Huh.
So they're going to instead of Tom Cruise getting thrown out of a plane, they're going to throw a plane out of Tom Cruise. Never done.
Liked it.
Rod Stewart celebrated his 80th birthday with his longtime buddy Ron Wood. There's a picture of them hanging out together on the blog today. And
they look alike.
They look remarkably like each other.
They were in the Faces together.
Yes, that's right. And then wasn't he in the Stones for a while?
Ronnie is in the Stones now.
He is now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it was like an in and out sort of thing. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul were goofing around together the other day. They're enjoying all that money they made off of all of us for that big dumb fight. I didn't pay them personally, but they did make a lot of money off of it.
It looks like they were at the inauguration.
Oh, okay.
Like they were in tuxes, and I know he was there.
Yeah.
Either the inauguration or maybe one of the parties or something.
They seem very happy.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they are.
Like, what a bunch of suckers.
They're getting along, even though they had a fight. Mm-hmm. On the blog, there's a list of celebrities that are probably shorter than you expected. Some of these, not shorter than I expected. Like Danny DeVito's on the list. I think we all know that Danny DeVito is very short.
Yeah, Danny DeVito should not even be in this equation. They should do what celebrities are taller than you think. Because Bradley Cooper is really tall, I think.
He is?
Yes, I think he's like 6'1".
What? I'm surprised.
And he seems like a short guy to me.
I was watching that SNL, that documentary series that they did, that docuseries on Peacock.
Yeah.
And they talked to Pete Davidson, and I think it was during his auditions or whatever, and he makes a reference to how tall he is. He's like 6'2". Did you know that?
He seems tall.
Yeah. He does. He seems like a
little
short guy to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Like he seems tall to me.
He's like very tall. But
like that's more interesting to me.
And I mean, most of these, I guess some of these, like Snooki, we know that she's short. Well, she's 4'8", so that's very short. Kourtney Kardashian, she's only 5 foot tall. Dolly Parton is only 5 feet tall.
What I expect out of all these people.
Right. And then Sabrina Carpenter, I know that she's not very tall.
She's tiny.
Yeah, she's 5 foot tall as well. So not the most shocking list.
No.
But what's on the blog if you're interested? And then TV tonight, you've got the series premiere of the reboot of the Joe Schmo Show. I think this is the third or fourth time they've done it. At least the third. Yes.
Oh, I thought it was only done one other time.
No, this is at least the third time they've done the Joe Schmo Show.
They have been promoting it like crazy.
It looks like Squid Game. It's like a Squid Game-ish looking thing. 8 o'clock on TBS. The idea is that it's always a competition, and everybody on the show are actors except for the one person.
One guy. It's like Jury Duty, that show, if you watch that.
Yeah, Jury Duty to me was like, oh, it's the Joe Schmo Show.
Yes.
But it's not a competition. But there's like they have all these bizarre competitions, and like it can be very, very funny. But they have to like space out the seasons or people will figure it out. They're like, I think I'm on that Joe Schmo. You couldn't do it every year. People would start to figure it out. You've also got the streaming premiere of Blink Twice on Amazon. That's in Channing Tatum is in it.
It's really good.
You've seen it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Really?
I liked it.
Did not review well.
It is very Get Out-ish.
Yeah, I think
it's dark. It's horror-y.
Mm-hmm.
Horror-y.
Horror-y?
No, horror-y.
Oh,
I had several R's in there.
kind of excited. Also, the streaming premiere of Gladiator 2 available on Paramount Plus. I would assume it's going to be on something else at some point, but right now it's just going to be on Paramount Plus. And then tonight, TV, your shows, Will Trent, High Potential. Check them out. Oh, and Sterling K. Brown's going to be on Kimmel tonight, St. Louis guy.
By the way, I pulled that picture up. If you...
Oh, and Jason Tatum. I didn't just notice that. So he's got Sterling K. Brown and Jason Tatum on Kimmel tonight.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're going to be talking about emos the whole night.
What's Tatum on for just in the middle of a season?
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's great.
I found that picture of all the weird celebrities in that suite.
Nice.
Brooke Shields, Alex Gear, whatever, the chef, Gina Torres. Who was in Devious Maids? She's beautiful. She played Fantasy Island, Mr. Rourke, the daughter.
Yep. Hang on, I'll tell you.
Her, I believe. She's in it. It's the weirdest group.
What's she just like throwing a dartboard at a bunch of pictures of celebrities?
I don't know.
Those are the people she brings with her to the game?
It's just interesting to me.
Do some of them have like Kansas City ties,
They
maybe?
all, I don't know. But they're all well known and a bizarre group of people together.
How strange.
I know. I would like the story.
Wait, what's that person's name you were trying to think of? Oh, here we go. Rosalind Sanchez.
Yes, I believe that's her. Is this her?
In the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
It looks like her.
Weird.
It is weird.
Anyway,
Are they dating other players or something?
I don't know. I don't know. Gina Torres is a little older than any of the players.
Come on, man.
Cougar.
I don't think she'd be into a 20. She seems very sophisticated. Wasn't she married to someone famous too?
Gina Torres?
Yeah.
I don't think I know who this person is.
Yes, you do. There she is, the second person.
Yeah, Rosalind Sanchez is...
No, I don't.
You don't know who that is?
No.
All right, that's it. I know.
Yeah, that's why I'm the celebrity outsider on 106.5 The Arch. Here's Christina Aguilera.
The Courtney Show.
People is dumb, doody doody. People is dumb, and I say it ain't right.
I'm actually a little backlogged in People is Dumb. I have lots and lots of People is Dumb stories. We haven't done one in the new year yet.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to give you 3 People is Dumb. You guys are going to let us know. You two are going to let me know what you think, who you think is the biggest dummy of the day. We got another one of these, but I'm never not going to do this because it makes me laugh.
Not my pants.
No, not my pants or not my wallet or any of that, but you'll know when I get there. So this woman in Florida was arrested last weekend for the second time this month for drug possession charges. This time she was caught carrying drugs in a bag that was labeled definitely not a bag full of drugs.
Oh, sure.
This is the second bust we've heard about people actually buying this bag and then putting their drugs in it. This bag is supposed to be for toiletries and such, and it's a joke.
Yeah, I like that even though you're on drugs, you still have a sense of humor.
I just think it's hilarious that they're like, this is where it should go because it says it.
Because it's funny.
So anyway, they were arrested. This is the third time it's happened in the past year with that same bag. Woman was caught with drugs in the exact same bag in October, and in July, just a bag labeled bag of drugs. All right, so that's our dummy number 1. Obviously, she got arrested. So the TikTok ban really, it hit people hard.
Yeah, hit the fork.
Which makes you worry about people and their obsession with it.
Yeah.
That can't, and I understand it. It's an addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick had some dark hours on Saturday. How many hours do we know exactly it was shut down?
I don't really know.
Was it like 14 hours maybe?
I woke
Was
up
it a full day?
and saw it was off, and then I was just like, okay, I guess that's not a part of my life anymore. And then I saw somebody post somewhere that it was back, and I'm like, well, what's that all about?
Well,
I had said goodbye.
This kid in Wisconsin took it real bad. 19 years old. He was just so upset about it that he went to his congressman's office in Wisconsin. He's a Republican who's been outspoken about TikTok being a security threat. He also co-sponsored a bill to ban it on government devices in 2022. And he started a fire at his congressman's office.
Oh, dude, what are you thinking?
The fire started near a back door, burned some vinyl siding outside. Cops knocked the flames down with fire extinguishers. Then firefighters showed up. They say the fire never got inside. And the chief of police said no one was there when it happened. So luckily no one was hurt. But he got arrested at the scene because he was just sitting there watching it burn.
Oh, man.
Yes. So
he was probably just sitting there trying to make it go away. He was just swiping up. I can't get the fire to go out. I can't make it go away.
Anyway, that's your number 2. People is dumb.
Pretty dumb.
And then finally, this woman went on TikTok, and this clip has been viewed 39,000 times because she holds up a can of Campbell's chicken noodle soup, and she says, I was today years old knowing that you're supposed to mix this with a can of water.
Oh, she's been straight, no chaser in that
just
chicken soup.
It's totally fine.
Yeah.
But
it's very salty.
It's very thick.
Sure.
And a full can of water, I think, is too much. Quite frankly.
A full can of water is a little much.
I think
I'd go a little light.
I think a half a can, but it just makes me laugh how you just eat something for years and you never look at the directions because you're like, it's a can of soup.
Yeah.
Whew. Like if you ate Progresso and added a can, you might be a can of water and then find out you're not supposed to add water to it.
Be a running mess.
Right. She's like, please tell me I was not the only one my entire life.
I'm sure it happens.
Come on.
Absolutely sure it happens. Same thing with like the tomato soup. You're supposed to mix that and people do.
But you don't have to. I put a little milk in mine.
I do too. I put milk. Obviously.
Yes. I mean, who are you?
Yeah.
All right. So where are we going? Fire, TikTok fire. This is definitely not a bag full of drugs, or the Campbell soup one's the weakest. It's not that crazy.
I'm going TikTok kid.
TikTok kid.
Yeah.
You got to control your emotions,
You're going to jail now.
It was there was a very small amount of time this was shut down.
Yeah. By the time they put that fire out, TikTok was probably back up.
This kid needs some
yes. Yeah.
Some help. If this is what you're doing.
I'm sure the state will step in.
Yes.
Or the federal government, depending on what building he burned.
Right. That's People is Dumb. It's the Courtney Show. Now, your traffic.
The Courtney Show.
Now you guys know.
Now you guys know with me, Tim Conley, just breaking some things down for you. Let me tell you this. Your iPhone knows exactly how to do your laundry. Did you know that your iPhone can do this now?
No, it should get on it, man. I need that.
Oh, this is
just iPhone.
This is huge for me. You know those weird symbols on tags that tell you how to wash your clothes it's very difficult to know how to decipher?
Yeah.
Just point your camera at them and it tells you what they mean.
Oh, really?
That's great, especially those are tiny. That's some tiny print.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like if you can't read it, there's symbols there to help you.
I bet that's probably true with the stuff on the back of the bottom of dishes and mugs and stuff too.
What do the symbols look like?
On the dishes or
on the clothes?
Oh, any clothes have them. It's like they're so. I mean, I'm sure once you learn them, that's great, but I never have.
Oh, here. Well, I'm like a mile away, but on my coat tag at the very bottom, there's like some little symbols. I'm sure that's what those are.
Well, point your phone at it.
Yeah, let's do this. Real time.
Yes.
Now you guys know. Pretty great. Brando is pointing the iPhone.
Just my camera?
Yeah, just your camera.
It's like covered up by the luscious fur inside my coat is the problem. Let's see. It's doing nothing, gang.
Okay. Well, guys, it's supposed to work.
Well, I just think it's because you can't quite see them. Try. Somebody else check their coat.
I don't have an iPhone, so this doesn't help me.
Well, maybe you should. Right. Now you could do your laundry.
This coat doesn't have a thing.
What's the deal?
What a great
life-changing hack right
What
here.
a great, now you guys know.
As long as you don't rip the tags out of your coat.
Oh, here we go. Nope. Hang on.
Yeah, that t-shirt's got to have something in there.
Oh, yeah. Boy, and they're tiny.
They're tiny.
So if this works.
I don't even think my
So you just
phone
point
was
your
seeing
phone in it? Or you
Camera.
just point your camera?
That's what I tried to do.
Is it working?
No.
Nothing came up.
I mean, and this is exactly the right thing that they're talking about.
It's not working.
Should we say something like a magic word? Hey, Siri.
This is very disappointing.
I'm sorry.
What do these here symbols mean?
Sorry, this was a real letdown.
What a bust. I'm not giving up
I'm
yet.
going to take it back.
Backwards.
We know nothing.
I mean, this is so small. I'm
man.
getting up real close here.
That was very Guy Phillips. He would have done it vocally, though.
I don't think this works because I am about as close. I'm about as focused and close on this thing as you could be.
Yeah, you got a clear shot at that one. I'm blaming mine on the fur.
Yeah, I'm getting nothing here.
All right, well, that one was a bust. Maybe you can give us some more now you guys know that will actually be of use.
I'm not giving up on this one.
Hang on. I think I'm close to some breakthroughs.
Do you have it on the laundry
Because with a
setting?
QR code, it just pops right up. They should just do that on laundry from now on.
I thought it would just like circle it, like it does the
And then
QR
go
code.
to a page.
And then you tap on it and then it defines it.
Hang on. I had a near breakthrough.
Come on.
Guys, I just want this to work.
It's not going to.
The people trust me. They look forward
I
to
know.
this.
I trust you usually.
Come on.
I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to give you the 9 o'clock hour, that first break. That's a big time.
Yeah,
I
we're
know.
going to teach some people about their iPhones.
Prime time. Okay.
Well, we can use it to do laundry. Still not doing laundry.
I think there's a video out, so I'll see if I can find that. Maybe this person that put the video out about this trick has more information.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
I'll see if I can find
I feel
it.
like I've been had.
You know the
Right.
people. You know the people on the plane who try to push ahead to get off their flight before it's their turn.
Yeah, the flight attendant.
Yes. That happened to me. The flight attendants got off the plane before me on Sunday.
They were probably like, snooze you lose, ladies.
We were in the very back.
You know what the name is for those people?
No, it has a name. I love a name.
Aisle lice.
I love it. I love it. There's no one that bothers me more on an airplane than those people that immediately when the plane stops, they stand and hover.
Yeah.
I have a picture still of that guy that was right in my space. Just his buttocks.
Yeah, his parts are
In my
too
space.
close, and those
Yes.
aren't the parts you want near
Yeah,
you, especially
not
after
cool.
a long flight. Nope.
And I know that people are like, well, they have connecting flights, so they need to get off.
Sometimes.
So do a lot of people.
Yeah, their time isn't more valuable than anybody else on the plane.
Yes.
Unless there's like a crazy long delay.
Right.
And I don't have the delay. Like sometimes even the flight attendants will come on and be like, hey, just so you guys know, we got 4 people on here
love
that
that.
really need to get off the plane.
Yes.
Let's try to help them out. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Come on, go
I'm totally
team.
fine with it.
Yeah.
And if there's people that I don't know, if there were like not elderly, but they were older couple, you could tell they had trouble navigating the aisle. Mm-hmm. Like if I saw that as a flight attendant, I'd try to find a way to let them get off the flight first or like help them off. Because it was tough for them. And everybody's innate. They're not paying attention to anyone else. It's a one-track mind of, I need to get off this flight.
Yeah. He's not giving up on this tag.
Aisle lice.
I'm doing it perfectly.
I'm using
it's not
that.
working. Should I do the new thing?
Yes.
Guys, get rid of your butcher's blocks for your knives.
Why, can I use my iPhone to do stuff now?
Yeah. You keep your knife set in the big butcher's block. Very difficult to clean, especially inside those narrow slots. Think about that.
Yeah, but your knife is supposed to be clean when you put them in there.
Yeah, I know, but you're putting them in. Sometimes they're a little bit wet, right?
Don't put them in when they're wet then.
Okay.
So they're saying they're a breeding ground for...
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. It's unlikely that there's not going to be any moisture or any food particles, and those, I don't need to tell you, are a recipe for disaster. Without proper ventilation, this dark, damp space creates the ideal conditions for, you guessed it, bacteria and mold.
Whoa! That's kind of a bummer because they do look good.
They're
we use
awesome.
we got a magnetic strip,
and
then you just you stick the knives.
Where
on the wall.
where does it hang? Where's the magnetic?
It's just on the wall, like
that's great.
And then you just all the knives just snap right.
And you
on
can
there.
clean that easily.
Clean that right off.
And at your house, every wall must have a magnetic strip.
Everywhere. I'm just talking about Aaron's room.
Yeah,
we don't have it in the kitchen.
Well, you got to be careful. Microorganisms over time can multiply, contaminating your knives every time you store them, and then you're just cutting up food that you're eating. I mean, it's just a bad
all
deal.
bacteria'd up.
Oh, that's a good. That's worth it there, man.
Give you that one.
Cleaner alternatives, just like Brando said, the magnet.
But let's get back to this.
Or an indoor organizer.
Let's get back to this laundry thing.
I mean, I'm very disappointed. I've spent so much time on the tag. I can't imagine that this
You have
works.
so many pictures of your tag now.
I know. Well, you don't take the picture, you just scan it. That's an interesting question, too, though, if I do take the picture.
Maybe that's what activates laundry mode. This is riveting.
This is not going to work, guys.
We should have a staring contest.
I say we move on. Now you guys know. It works. Here's the deal. We referenced the video on this whole laundry thing. If you take a picture of the tag on whatever the garment is, and then you pull up that picture, this is so weird, but you're going to see a little, there's little options at the bottom of it. One of them is like an info thing, and mine specifically, it popped up, has a picture of a washing machine. I click that, and it goes, hey, you want info? On the top thing, it says you can look up laundry care. I do. I click that, and it's telling me exactly what all these things are. So, for example, on this Spencer's Neighborhood t-shirt, do not iron, do not dry clean, washing,
do not wear.
Maximum.
Is that really what it is?
Do not iron, do not dry clean. Yeah.
Oh.
Bleaching with non-chlorine agents, tumble dry, maximum of 80 degrees Celsius. It works, folks. So you got to take a picture. It's not just like a QR code.
Did you show Brando how to do?
You do take a picture and then you zoom in on the icon?
No. You just go to the picture and there's like a little thing at the bottom of the picture that says
weird.
Info.
I'm going to do the whole thing over again.
Show Brando the symbol so he knows.
Where'd you get that shirt?
Just over here somewhere. Do you want them? That's a really exciting time of your life.
All right, so
I'm surprised.
So there you go.
Okay, I took the picture. Now I'm pulling this out. So boom, here's the picture. Look, see that eye for info?
Uh-huh.
You click the eye.
And it goes laundry care, and I'm like, yep.
Yeah, and then it gives you the laundry care.
Isn't that crazy?
I'll be darned.
Wow. Things are looking up, America.
I feel better about getting that resolved.
Yeah, there you get it back. Feel better now?
Now you guys know.
Back to the commercials.
I would like to personally thank all the texters on the Cheney window indoor text line for texting about the laundry thing that we didn't even look at until after we figured it out.
So they had all figured it out.
They had already figured it out. Thank you guys. You're the best. We appreciate it. But now we know. Now you guys know it really does work.
They already knew.
First 5 Notes on 106.5 The Arch.
First 5 Notes is brought to you by Carroll House Furniture. Get honest value and quality furniture. Shop Carroll House because you like nice things. Our contestant today for First 5 Notes. Hello, Philip from Belleville. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Great. We've got a good prize for you today. Chicago live at Stiefel Theater on June 27th. You can be there if you are victorious in First 5 Notes. All you have to do is get 2 out of 3. We'll give you 3 clips of songs, the first 5 notes of 3 songs. You have to guess either the title or the artist of the song, and if you get 2, you win. It's easy as that, Philip. Have you ever played First 5 Notes before?
Only in the car.
Oh, all right. How do you do in the car when it's just Philip and the car radio?
I do decent.
All right. Well, we'll see. You actually had the courage to call in today. Mm-hmm. You really want
Yes,
these.
ma'am.
It's really all about the Chicago tickets, right?
It is about Chicago.
Yeah, and what a great venue. Chicago's usually at the amphitheater.
Right.
And at Stiefel, that's a cool venue for them. So let's see how you do. You do have to pick one of us to play against. Who's it going to be?
Courtney.
Well,
Makes
all
no
right.
sense, really, yeah.
Really strong.
Let's do it, Philip.
Let's get this thing
Billion.
started, Philip. Here's song number 1.
Danger Zone.
That was very good because we were kind of talking.
He felt it.
Nice job, Philip.
Revved up his engines.
Great job, Philip. 1 for 1. Let's move on. Here's song number 2.
That's Hall & Oates.
Yeah, Daryl Hall just announced he's going to be here.
He's coming to town, folks. Yeah. Philip, great work. You're 2 for 2. You are a Hall of Fame contender. Let's do this for the Hall. Let's do this for the glory. Here's song number 3.
Absolutely not.
Me either.
I know what it is.
I have no idea.
We can either give you clues, Philip, or I can just give the answer.
Yeah, that doesn't even sound familiar, so you can give me the answer.
It's Shake Your Love by Deborah Gibson. I just can't shake your love.
Philip, I had no idea either.
Philip, that's a big, big win. And maybe, you didn't want to get Debbie Gibson.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of,
He's got some pride. I understand that.
So you do have tickets to see Chicago. They're going to be at the Stiefel Theater on June 27th. You will be there as well. There are bonus chances to win free tickets to see Chicago, either on the website, 1065thearch.com, or the Arch mobile app, or listen tomorrow. Another chance for you to win tickets to see Chicago at Stiefel Theater tomorrow with First 5 Notes on The Courtney Show.
The Courtney Show.
Lots of good texts today, people. A lot of people that went to see Tim, Brando, or Tim and Greg or whatever. I'll get to those in a second. But the most recent thing we did was about the Now You Guys Know and the camera and the instructions for laundry. Don't have a name on this texter, but they said it works on a lot of things. It also does a fair job, not perfect, of identifying dog breeds, too.
Oh, that's cool.
They sent me a picture of the picture.
Oh,
and
so
then
it's that info button.
Yes.
That's what that does.
Trish the Stickler. She said, hi, it's Trish from Baldwin. Hey, Trish from Baldwin, you have a text name. It's Trish the Stickler. It was not created by me.
She be stickling.
You can do it with about any picture you take. If you take a picture of a bird and hit the eye, it will tell you what kind of bird it is and information about the bird. This is perfect for Greg Warren and his tree knowledge.
Yes.
Because he wants to get better at knowing different trees.
Right.
Look up cat. I'm looking at a picture of Cosmo.
Uh-huh.
It's looking up the cat. It's a tough angle here, so yes, please look up the breed. Oh, it just says bicolor cat. Well, yeah, duh.
I could have told you that by looking at the cat.
Nice try, iPhone.
Some of the texts we got from the best of yesterday, I guess you replayed the aggressive names thing yesterday.
Oh yeah, I don't remember what I put up, but it was all best of. Some old stuff in there too, like old.
Jim from Manchester said those aggressive names: Cutter, Hunter, Assassin. Pretty sure that those are the names that Brando's his kid's bed knife he's picking from. And Karis Whisper said, weird injury. I threw out my back while putting a new bag in the kitchen trash can.
Oh, sure.
Oh, that stinks.
I bent over and couldn't get back up. That might have also been from the podcast from last week.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't replay any new stuff.
Gina Torres was married to Lawrence Fishburne. Many texts about that. Yeah, and we also discovered the reason that odd group of celebrities was there was because it was some group,
Donna Kelsey, it looks like, sponsors something called like something over 50 for just sort of celebrating women over 50. And I assume that some of the spokespeople are Gina Torres and
Rosalind Sanchez. And Alex,
the chef lady.
Yeah. It was just an odd group of people together.
Right. Yeah. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Let's see what else. Big Love is awesome. We're glad you think so.
The Fleetwood Mac trip.
Yeah, we have lots of tickets. We'll have more tickets tomorrow. Two good pals of mine play in that band, and they are awesome. They're newlyweds, and you should have them on the show. We go and listen to Dave at a small pub called Elmer's in Union, Missouri, about once a month. Just a talented group of people. I'm thrilled for their success. That's Renee.
Cool. Yeah, the way this is going, we'll be giving out tickets long after the show. So just
That's volleyball, Renee, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think she lives in Union.
Oh, you talked to her over the weekend, didn't you?
Yeah, I think she was at the show.
And then a lot of texts about the show. My friend and I saw Tim's 6 p.m. show last night. We loved it from start to finish. Thanks for the great evening.
Awesome.
OMG, Chris was at Tim's show. Finally got to meet him, had a nice conversation with Brando. Tim was awesome. Great show, fun night. Looking forward to seeing everyone at Laughs at the Lincoln. That's nice knocker Christy.
Yeah, I talked with her for a while. She's awesome.
Thanks, Tim, for the great Sunday show. My wife and I were up in the front row, maybe a little too close. That's from best friend I ever had, Jake.
I saw them right up there, but I didn't get a chance to talk to Jake.
Why were they too close?
They were very close, and you could tell they were not comfortable. Like, Jake would not look at me. They were, like, just looking down the whole time.
I'm so sorry we missed the show, Tim. My husband and I were all set to go, and then he woke up on Saturday with a cold and decided he didn't want to spread the love. We'll have to catch you next time.
Who's that from?
I don't have a name.
Oh, okay.
My friend and I saw Tim's 6 p.m. show last night. It was great. Tim was fantastic this weekend. Saw the Friday show. It was a blast. However, left disappointed because he was out of size large keyboard t-shirts. Maybe next time. Thanks for the laughs, Tim. You never disappoint. That's Allie, the tatted traveler.
Shout out. Yeah, I know. Allie, I could see the disappointment on her face, but it was great to see her. I got to reprint some of those. We had consumer shirts, and I didn't have a lot of stock of the.
You still have the
keyboard player?
No.
Oh, Ted Drews?
Yeah.
Some of them. A lot of double X's in all those shirts.
Oh, really?
Reason. Yeah.
Gotta get some bigger fans.
Yeah, I know.
I ordered heavy on the double X, yeah.
You're like, I have a very svelte following. We didn't mention that Daryl Hall is coming to town. Just got that announcement. He's coming with, who is it? Glenn. Why can't I find it? Glenn Tilbrook from Squeeze. And that is March 30th at Stiefel Theater.
Oh, I'd be tempted to go.
And
One-liner day.
He is not the lead singer on that song, though. I think it's Paul Carrick.
On Tempted?
Yeah.
That's Paul Carrick on that
Paul
song?
Carrick is on
I know
a bunch of
I didn't
them.
know that was
but
him.
not my favorite song's Glenn Tilbrook. I saw Squeeze, last year or the year before?
Yeah.
Incredible.
God, that does sound like him. That sounds right.
I don't know if it's right, but I know that Glenn has a real, some of the early Squeeze stuff, very British sounding. Like Up the Junction, there's a heavy duty accent.
That he did?
Did you ever hear, what about Cool for Cats?
No, but it sounds great.
What about Goodbye Girl?
No. Dang it.
What about Pulling Muscles?
Oh, I know that
you know that one?
Yeah, Pulling Muscles from a Show.
Yeah, I don't know if he's, I don't know.
Well, I know that one. I might just be a Paul Carrick fan.
You might be. Paul Carrick, by the way, I looked up because we were talking about him off the air.
Yeah, it's bananas.
He is the lead singer of, he just would do songs for bands. Like How Long by Ace.
Yeah.
He's a singer. I mean, of course, he has this great hit on solo, Don't Shed a Tear.
Yeah, that's a great song.
That's such a good song. It says More Than This.
With the chorus.
Roxy Music.
More than
That's
But I don't think
singing
that's
on that?
him. No, I don't know. Anyway, it's not
he did,
him, so it doesn't matter.
He was
It's
Mike
Glenn
and the
Tilbrook.
Mechanics, too.
But Paul Carrick.
Paul Carrick was,
Yes.
yeah, sorry.
When's Paul Carrick coming to town?
I know. He could come to town and sing all these hits that he joined bands for.
Mm-hmm.
The man with the golden voice is what he was dubbed.
I wonder if he wrote any of them or if he's just a hired gun singer. It'd be kind of a bummer for him.
Let me see. So Mike and the Mechanics, yes. He sang on Tempted. Tempted. He sang on The Living Years. But he's not the main singer on that, is he?
On The Living Years?
Yeah. Oh,
Because Mike is
just
Mike Rutherford from Genesis.
Okay.
Because I know all the Genesis stuff.
Anyway, Paul Carrick, if you're listening, book a show.
Yeah, come on down.
We'll sponsor it. But again, that show for Daryl Hall and Glenn Tilbrook is March 30th. Tickets go on sale Friday. Ticketmaster, 10 a.m. If you guys want to text us, Cheney Window and Door text line is here. It's open, and we'd love to hear from you anytime. 314-669-4665.
The Courtney Show.
Well, thank you for all the great texts today. So many people went out to see Tim and Brando and Greg and Sean this weekend at Streets of St. Charles Funny Bone. It was I'm mad I missed it.
It was a good time. I had a blast.
It was real fun. It's fun out there. Just a great spot. Appreciate everyone who came out.
I didn't die on stage, so
you did great.
It's success in my book.
Packed house. You did great. Both shows. And a lot of people, so many people that came out at St. Charles are like, see you at Laughs of the Lincoln, which I think is pretty cool. If you're going to our St. Charles stuff and our Belleville stuff, that's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're crossing rivers.
It's sold out, which is
going to be here before we know it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just wise to buy the tickets when they go on sale.
Yeah.
Don't be left out in the cold.
Yep.
Literally today.
I know. I got a couple texts about this too. Your little iPhone trick with the camera. People want you to know Androids do this too and did it first. All hail the Android users.
Okay, take it easy.
That is she does not have her name's Amy. She does not have a text name yet. And so I asked her to send me some stuff about herself, and she said she was boring. But man, she sounds like a twin of mine, except for the karaoke thing. She likes karaoke.
You like karaoke, don't you?
No, it's not my thing.
Not at all?
No.
But you've got go-to karaoke songs.
She likes casinos. She likes Ultra. We're very similar. And she's an Android user. Your love.
Philip, I had no idea either.
Philip, that's a big, big win. And maybe, you didn't want to get Debbie Gibson.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of.
He's got some pride. I understand that.
So you do have tickets to see Chicago. They're going to be at the Stiefel Theater on June 27th. You will be there as well. There are bonus chances to win free tickets to see Chicago, either on the website, 1065thearch.com, or the Arch mobile app, or listen tomorrow. Another chance for you to win tickets to see Chicago at Stiefel Theater tomorrow with First 5 Notes on The Courtney Show.
The Courtney Show.
Lots of good texts today, people. A lot of people that went to see Tim, Brando, or Tim and Greg or whatever. I'll get to those in a second. But the most recent thing we did was about the Now You Guys Know and the camera and the instructions for laundry. Don't have a name on this texter, but they said it works on a lot of things. It also does a fair job, not perfect, of identifying dog breeds, too.
Oh, that's cool.
They sent me a picture of the picture.
Oh,
and
so
then
it's that info button.
Yes.
That's what that does.
Trish the Stickler. She said, hi, it's Trish from Baldwin. Hey, Trish from Baldwin, you have a text name. It's Trish the Stickler. It was not created by me.
She be stickling.
You can do it with about any picture you take. If you take a picture of a bird and hit the eye, it will tell you what kind of bird it is and information about the bird. This is perfect for Greg Warren and his tree knowledge.
Yes.
Because he wants to get better at knowing different trees.
Right.
Look up cat. I'm looking at a picture of Cosmo.
Uh-huh.
It's looking up the cat. It's a tough angle here, so yes, please look up the breed. Oh, it just says bicolor cat. Well, yeah, duh.
I could have told you that by looking at the cat.
Nice try, iPhone.
Some of the texts we got from the best of yesterday, I guess you replayed the aggressive names thing yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember what I put up, but it was all best of. Some old stuff in there, too, like old.
Jim from Manchester said those aggressive names, Cutter, Hunter, Assassin. Pretty sure that those are the names that Brando's, his kid's bed knife he's picking from. And Karis Whisper said, weird injury. I threw out my back while putting a new bag in the kitchen trash can.
Oh, sure.
Oh, that stinks.
I bent over and